Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, In Focus Eye Care, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC, Orange County Fiber, Orange County Casa, Paoli Health and Living Community, Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Summers Seamless Guttering, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, and the Orange County Community Foundation. Now, let's head to the action. This is Mix 95.3 WUME, your home for local sports.
Well, many of you are out enjoying trick-or-treating on this Halloween evening. The Paoli Rams are in business this week as they get ready to take on number 2 team in sectional play as the Rams are on the road tonight facing off against the number 2 team in Class 2A, that being the Brownstown Central Braves. In Week 1 of sectional 40 play, Clarksville beat Crawford County 42-8. Switzerland County over Salem 41-33. Brownstown shut out Tell City 48-0. And Paoli also a shutout win, 50-0, the victory over Eastern. That sets up tonight's semifinal matchups. Clarksville is at Switzerland County, Paoli on the road at Brownstown Central. Good evening, everybody. Dave Dedrick along with Bert Pettigo from Blevins Memorial Stadium on the campus of Brownstown Central High School. And it's time now for Rams football on Mix 95.3, streaming live on WUME953.com, and ask Alexa to play 95.3 WUME. Our pregame show this evening is being brought to you by Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time. Bert, the Rams face a tall task this evening on the road, taking on the undefeated and number 2 team in Class 2A, the Brownstown Central Braves.
Yeah, tall task to say the least. Normally, you're coming over here, it's going to be tough because Brownstown is almost always good. But this might be one of the best teams that Coach Reed May has had here in his 33 years. They are just strong in every aspect of the game, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams. So, yeah, Paoli's, they've got their hands full. But, you're going to play it for a reason. You got to come out and you got to get after them a little bit and see if maybe you can't be the better team tonight. You just have to beat them once, and that's tonight.
Senior-dominated team for this Brownstown Central Ball Club, 10-0 on the year. They only allowed per game less than 10 points. The team that scored the most on them was Charlestown, but they let the Braves score 70 on them, so it wasn't even close. But this is a team, as we mentioned, senior-dominated, and a team that you don't often see this type of offense. We see the wing T, but not kind of the hybrid of a wing T and a single-wing formation here tonight. It's what the Rams' defense is going to have to deal with.
Yeah, and what you have to deal with first is you're going to have to think your way through the game. You can't just read and react because you've got to be responsible for whatever your assignment is, whether it's the guy to your left or the guy to your right. You've got to pay attention to what he's doing and what that results in. Sometimes if there's a miss on one of those plays by a defender, it can lead to a big play for the offense. But, you've got to trust the guy that you're playing defense with, that he's going to take care of his job, you take care of your job. If you can do that, then you've got a chance. And the best way to get it after this offense is to get into the backfield. So much of what they do is moving left to right, side to side, up and back. They're moving all over the place in the backfield. You've got to get in the backfield, and you've got to put some pressure on them there.
Well, this team from Brownstown Central, we always talk about controlling the line of scrimmage. When you take a look at their offense and defensive line, that is a big strength for them. Not only strength-wise when we talk about it, but physically themselves, they are huge.
Oh, they are. Got a kid that's committed to play at Central Michigan. You look at his stats, 6'5", 295. He weighs double what some of Paoli's linemen do, and he will be a load. But you've got to outquick him. You got to be able to get around him somehow, and he's not the only one that has that size. They are just big across the line, and that offensive line for Brownstown versus Paoli's defensive line, that more than anything is going to determine the outcome of tonight's game.
It's week number 2 of Class 2A Sectional 40. Brownstown Central Braves 10-0. Head coach Reed May in his 33rd year, 322-65. The Braves average 57.5 and give up 9.4 points per ball game. And for the Paoli Rams of head coach Neil Dittmer, 8-2. Coach Dittmer in his 6th year, 49-16 overall. The Rams average just over 41 points per ball game and give up 14.5 on the defensive side. Had a chance to talk with head coach Reed May and coach Neil Dittmer. We'll get their thoughts on this sectional matchup when we continue with the Team OC pregame show. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Brownstown Central Ed football
Dad,
coach
can I
Reed
get a
May
ride to
joins us
Hoosier
now
Hills
as his
Credit
team
Union?
ready to host Paoli in the second
what?
round of
Don't
2A
be the
sectional
Lulu.
40
You know I
football
got that,
action
Riz.
tonight
Ew.
as we continue with
We're
the
not
Team
always
OC
hip on the new
pregame
lingo,
show.
but at Hoosier
Coach
Hills
May,
Credit
before we
Union.
get into tonight's matchup, we kind of look back to a year ago, the same place we were, Paoli coming over to your place to play, but you took care of business last year, and then you went on and won that sectional championship, a little unfinished business. How's this team responded this year to get back to this postseason play, and what kind of expectations do you have?
Well, we only had 6 seniors last year, so we felt like that this year we could be pretty good. And the way we played all year, we have played very well all year. And obviously we undefeated. We won our conference again. We beat Seymour again. So a lot of goals that we had, we've achieved. And now the next goal is the sectional championship. So obviously Paoli stands in our way to do that. So we're where we thought we would be. We thought we'd be undefeated at this time, and we felt like that our team was pretty good, and the key to stay healthy. And more or less we stayed healthy. We lost some injuries, but that's kind of normal for a football season. So we're about where we need to be.
Coach, you've had some good teams in the past. How does this one stack up to those previous squads?
Yeah, it's hard to compare. Again, you've had so many different ones. I think some of them are better at skill positions, some are better other positions. I think one of the things this year, it's the strongest team I've ever had, in the weight room. I think that's because we got 19 seniors. And then also offensive line and defensive line, we got a lot of experience there. So, in that aspect, we may be one of the better teams we've had. Skill-wise, we've had some pretty good skilled people over the last 33 years, so it's kind of hard to evaluate that. But, on paper, we are the strongest team we've ever had, weight room-wise.
Coach, not your first rodeo, but as we look at it and we talk with coaches around the area, man, you just can't beat experience, can you?
No. And like I said, we kind of knew that. We had quarterbacks a 3-year starter, our middle linebackers a 3-year starter, one of our defensive linemen's a 4-year starter. So we have a lot of guys returning from last year who have experience, and makes practice go a lot easier.
Coach, if you would tell us about your team offensively, defensively, what will we see out on the field tonight?
That's the same thing. I mean, we evolved to the single wing offense in 2016, so we're still doing the same thing. We are able to throw the ball a little bit more. Micah does a great job at quarterback for us, and we have some pretty good receivers. So, we can throw it if we need to. And then defensively, we've been in a 6-1 defense for quite a few years now. So it's the same stuff we've been over the years, and I think it's one thing unfortunately, a lot of coaches have to change and things like that every year, and I think that just hurts your program. And we do what we do, and hopefully we do it well.
Third phase of the game, Coach. How's the special teams played for you this season?
We've done real well. Our kicker, we have a kicker that actually surprised us this summer, and he's kicked for us last year, but he's really did really well. And Conyer, and he's kicked off really, really well. And then Micah was our all-state punter last two years, so he's back. So, and then we have a kid named Garrison that does a great job with punt returns and kickoff returns. So special teams been so far a strong suit for us.
What about your matchup with Paoli tonight?
Well, they're a very well-coached team. They lost a lot of seniors from last year's team, but they do have a lot of their backfield skilled athletes come back. And, like always, they give you a problem because they run the triple option, and I think that's what's unique about both of us and Paoli is we run old school offenses, and I think that's an advantage for us all year because teams never see it. We have not seen anybody who runs a triple option all year, and so you have to prepare for that, and you got to be disciplined. Somebody dive quarterback and pitch, and then one thing they've done, they caught us off guard last year. They went to 5 wideouts on us last year. We hadn't seen it all year, so luckily we've seen it this year, and we've seen it last year on film. So it's something that we hopefully have a better plan we did last year. But offensively they give us some problems because of what they do, and then defensively they're just a very sound defensive coach team, and they run the same defense they ran the last quite a few since Ballsmeyer's been there. So it's something we've seen, but again, just because you see it, it depends how well they run it.
Coach, your message to your team as you send them out on the field tonight of what the Braves have to do to win?
Like always, just don't make mental mistakes, and dominate the offensive and defensive line scrimmage, and those things usually take care of themselves. So we always talk about turnovers and special teams, and that's the things we'll talk about again.
Coach May, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
Thank you.
Head Coach Reed May of Brownstown Central. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Hey, Dad, can I get a ride to Hoosier Hills Credit Union?
Bet.
What?
Don't be the Lulu. You know I got that Riz.
Ew!
We're not always hip on the new lingo, but at Hoosier Hills Credit Union, we do understand the need to teach teens about responsible spending. That's why we offer the Smart Spending Account. They'll get a free debit card, no monthly fee, and no minimum balance. Plus, there's incentives when your teen volunteers or has a job. Learn more about our Smart Spending Account at HoosierHills.com. Slay! Federally insured by NCUA.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Paoli Rams head coach Neil Dittmer joins us now as we continue with the Team OC pregame show. Rams on the road tonight, a big one. They're all big when we get to this part of the season as we are in postseason play with sectional as the Rams square off against the number 2 team in Class 2A, that being the Brownstown Central Braves. We'll get into that matchup here in just a few minutes. But, Coach, as we mentioned, it's postseason, win in advance, and you did just that in week number 1 of the sectional with a big shutout win over Eastern.
Yeah, played really, really well. Got out to a really hot start offensively. Defense answered the bell all night long and had some, 4 turnovers is a great night for us, and just a really solid round 1 victory for us.
And you never know when you get a postseason play how things are going to shake out. But as you mentioned, you guys came out ready to play.
Yeah, you never know. A lot of our guys first time starting in a sectional game. You never know, kind of, are they going to tiptoe into this? Or are we going to have a little nerves or whatever it'll be? And our guys jumped right in and did a fantastic job all night long.
Well, to win a sectional championship, Coach, it's a process, and it's a 3-week process, and you can't get to week 2 without winning week 1.
No, you can't. It's the toughest thing to do. You got to, is to win a sectional because you got to win 3 games to have that opportunity to get the sectional title, and we were able to get week 1 taken care of.
Step 1 accomplished. All right, Coach, getting ready for Step 2 tonight on the road at Brownstown Central. How'd practice go for the Rams here Monday through Thursday in preparation for this matchup?
It was a good week. We kind of went about it a little bit differently than we have in the past. Just weather-wise, we had to make some adjustments. So usually we have a defensive focus day and offensive focus day, but with the rain on Wednesday, we kind of adjusted our Tuesday and you got a lot of our team stuff in that we can do outside done on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday it was kind of scale back inside. First time all year we've had to go inside, but we had to did a lot of our individual and fundamental work inside, and so a little bit different, but our kids handled it really well, and we had a really good week of practice.
Well, it might be nice to throw a little curve at them here now in sectional play.
Yeah, it is. You never know what's going to happen. You never know how the ball's going to bounce in a game, and so you got to be ready to adapt at any point in time, and I liked how our kids were able to do that and just kind of flowed with how we were adjusting.
Week 2 tonight, as we mentioned, Coach, you're on the road against a very good team in Brownstown Central, undefeated and ranked number 2 in the state like they have been all year long.
Very deservingly, too. They're a fantastic football team. They've got veteran starters across the board on offense and defense. They're well coached. They are definitely a challenge for us tonight. We're definitely going in as the underdogs, and first time in a long time we've been the underdog, and we kind of been had that mentality all week about how we've gone about our practice.
And, Coach, going over there, not a trip that we haven't done before. Hopefully, though, we'll have a better result this time around.
Yeah, that's the hope. Kind of the same idea as with how we came out against this the week 1 of sectional is let's just jump right in. Let's not tiptoe into this. We know they're good. Yeah. We're pretty darn good too. 8-2 is a pretty solid record overall, and let's just go in there, dive in, go play our best football, and see how the football will how the quarters will play out for us.
All right, Coach, take us through the scouting report on our opponent tonight in Brownstown Central. First, offensively.
A very difficult offense to stop. They've got answers across the board. They're very big up front. They can hit you on their power, their buck sweep with their slot back and wing backs. They can hit you up the middle with their fullback. Quarterback's a run threat. He's also throws a good deep ball and throws a good medium route ball as well. So they're the full package. We've got to be able to create some chaos up front. That's going to be a big deal. If we're messing with their blocking schemes and confusing them there, that's going to be our advantage.
And then defensively, what will you see out of them?
They're very sound. They're going to be in their 4-3. It's going to look like a 6-1 front where the outside linebackers are walked up. They do what they do to us. They have a game plan for us, and we've got to be able to counter that by getting guys in space. We've got to be able to get the ball on the edge a little bit, loosen up that inside to get that inside run game going. Maybe a game where we got to throw it around a little bit, and I think we've got some athletes in space that can do some damage there.
And that's exactly what you did last year when you got ahead in this ball game.
It was. It was a big part of the game was being able to get out on the edge, be able to throw the ball in our empty package, and be able to hurt them in areas where they're not as strong.
All right, Coach, your message to your team as you send them out on the field tonight.
What a great opportunity is this. This is a team we're going to face that everybody has said this is a state championship level football team. What other great opportunity you get to go knock off a state level championship football team in round 2 of sectional and go dive in and go have some fun doing it, and let's see what happens.
Health-wise, how are your Rams tonight?
We're about the same health-wise we've been in the last several weeks, and those guys have gotten a lot of experience that have had to step in and make some plays for us, and we're ready to roll.
Coach Dimmer, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
Thanks, Dave.
And Eleanor will take us to kickoff.
Go Rams, the excellent.
You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
You can make a difference in the life of abused and neglected children in Orange County. I'm Orange County Circuit Court Judge Steve Owen, and we have a court-appointed special advocate program, or CASA, right here in Orange County, and we need your help. There's no special skills required, and we can train you on the skills that are needed. All you have to do is just call Robin Brown today and tell her that you want to help us help these children feel safe and loved here in Orange County. That's Orange County CASA at 812-653-4889.
As the Team OC pregame show continues, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. First of all, for the homestanding Brownstown Central Braves at offense, at quarterback, Micah Shepard, number 17, 6'3", 185, and a senior. The slot backs are number 1, the leading rusher, Preston Garrison, 5'9", 150, and a senior. And number 16, Trey Sweeney, 6', 195, a senior. The fullback is number 12, Trevor Brannaman, 5'10", 170, and a junior. The split end is number 6, Kai Trueblood, 6'1", 155, a junior. The tight end is 28, Jack Pace, 6', 175, a senior. Left tackle, 68, Sloan Stuckwish, 6'3", 245, a senior. Left guard, Joe Roberts, 66, 6'2", 260, a senior. At center, 71, Drew Shelton, 6'2", 255, a senior. Right guard is 76, Isaac Hutchinson, 6'5", 295, a senior. And right tackle, number 56, that's Ty Brown. He's 6', 220, and a senior. as we have 11 seniors starting here tonight on offense. We'll come back, take a look at the defense and the Rams starters. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Every great business starts with a vision. Are you ready to bring yours to life? At Springs Valley Bank and Trust, we provide the financial tools and expert guidance to help you build, grow, and succeed. From business checking and lending solutions to cash management and merchant services, we're here to fuel your journey. This is Joella Land. Give me a call at 812-936-5614 to talk about how Springs Valley can help your business thrive. Adventure awaits. Let Springs Valley guide the way. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
And we continue with our starting lineups brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James.
Well, we look to the Paoli defensive side next. Across the front line, it's a 3-4 defense with Dane Padgett, Don Garcia, and Wyatt Baker. Padgett, 6'3", 200, a senior. Garcia, 5'11", 230, a senior. And Baker is 6'1", 180, and a senior. Your linebacking core, that will consist of Justin Thornton, Tyler Hannon, Trey Robbins, and Chase Case. Thornton, 6'2", 195, a junior. Hannon, 5'10", 190, a senior. Robbins is 5'10", 170, a junior. And Case is 5'10", 150, and a junior. Your defensive backs at the corners, Cade Walls and Colton Beckley. Walls, 6'1", 165, a senior. Beckley, 6'2", 135, a senior. Your safeties will be Max Cunningham and Cooper Spires. Cunningham, 5'7", 110, just a sophomore. And Spires, 6', 180, and a senior. 7 seniors, 3 juniors, 1 sophomore start defensively for Paoli.
That Brownstown defense is a 4-3. Up front at the ends, number 78, Caden Wishmeyer, 5'10", 205, a senior. The other end is number 70, Ernest Harrison, 5'10", 240, and a junior. The tackles are 66. They're good. Joe Roberts, he's 6'2", 260, a senior. And 76, Isaac Hutchinson, 6'5", 295, a senior. The linebackers on the outside, number 29, Grayson Cassidy, 5'11", 200, and a senior. And number 12, Trevor Branneman, 5'10", 170, a senior. The middle linebacker, 31, Owen Wishmeyer, 6', 180, a senior. At left corner, number 20, Brock Dean, 6'2", 165, a junior. Right side, number 27, Hunter Topi, 5'11", 155, a junior. The safeties are number 28, Jack Pace, 6', 175, a senior. And number 2, Jackson Johnson, 5'10", 155, a senior. 8 seniors, 3 juniors on the defense, and only 4 two-way starters for the Braves.
And here's the starting offense for Paoli. First off, the Big Uglies up front. Left tackle, Landon Smith. He is 5'10", 180, and a senior. Lucas Schinkel, left guard. He's 6', 195, and a senior. Don Garcia starts at center. He's 5'11", 230, and a senior. Kentley Scholl will be at right guard, 5'10", 180, and a senior. And at right tackle, Wyatt Baker, 6', 180, and a senior. Your split ends, Colton Beckley on one side, Cade Walls on the other. Beckley, 6'2", 135, a senior. Walls is 6'1", 165, and a senior. Your halfbacks, Dane Padgett and Justin Thornton. Padgett, 6'3", 200, a senior. Thornton, 6'2", 195, and a junior. Your fullback, Tyler Hannon, 5'10", 190, a senior. And Cooper Spires will start at quarterback again tonight. He is 6', 180, and a senior. 10 seniors, 1 junior start offensively for Paoli. 8 of the boys will be starting both offense and defense.
Our lineups have been brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James and our pregame show, Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time. The Braves won the toss, Bert, and they will defer and kick off to the Rams.
All right, Paoli gets it first. Keys to the ball game tonight, line play, especially that Paoli defensive line. They have got to be sharp tonight against a very big, very strong Brownstown offensive unit. And Paoli got to limit the big play capability of Brownstown best you can, and Paoli's got to be able to maybe turn them over a few times. And if you get the ball down close, you got to score touchdowns tonight. Can't take any chances on field goals.
Nick Conyer to kick it off. Justin Thornton, Dane Padgett back deep, and we're underway. End-over-end kick right down the middle. Thornton will get it at the 15 to the 20, up the numbers to the 25-30, across the 35, and brought down at the 36-yard line. So a nice return that time by Thornton. Trueblood in there on the tackle. And the Rams will have it 1st and 10 on our opening drive of the night. Round 2, the winner will advance to next week's sectional final in Class 2A Sectional 40, as the Rams offense will be on the field to face this very stout defense for Brownstown Central.
Very stout. And let's see if they don't try to crowd that offensive line a little bit, put more on the line than what Paoli can block, and they will. There are 8 of them on the offensive line of scrimmage right now.
Spires under center out of the flex bone. Thornton in motion to the left, come down the left, going to hand it off. That's the fullback. Good running room by Hannon over that left side. He gets across the 40 out to the 41, 42-yard line, depending on the spot. In there on the tackle, Roberts and Wishmeyer. Nice gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 for Paoli.
I will see how Brownstown wants to defend it. Do you want to stop that fullback dive first, or are you going to concentrate on the halfbacks, which Padgett and Thornton, they have been the big threats for Paoli, and right now it looks like they're kind of spread out and wanting to stop the halfbacks.
2nd and 4, come to the counter, play right side, hand it off this time once again to the fullback. Hannon breaks the tackle. He was caught up the middle, then spun to his left. He may get one very tough yard before Johnson and Brannaman come up to make that tackle. Still a pretty good play, but it looked like he was going to be stymied at the line of scrimmage, and the Rams have a very manageable 3rd down and 2 at the 44.
This will be another key for Paoli tonight, is not getting behind the sticks. You can't have 3rd down and 7 or 8 or more than that. If you're in this 3rd down and 2 or 3, you're doing pretty well.
Rams in the flex bone, they put Padgett at the top like an I. Now he'll go back. Thought they might get Brownstown a little edgy there. They would jump, but they did not. Very disciplined. Come down, hand it off again. Here's Hannon again, and he's able to break a tackle across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So the fullback dive has been the first 3 plays of this ball game, and it's good enough for the Rams to pick up their first down of the night, as Hannon, good hard running, gets it across the 45 close to the 48-yard line. Hannon coming in, averaging 7 yards per carry.
Offensive line for Paoli holding their own right now. They're not getting pushed around, not just yet at least.
Put a man in motion to the right side, toss it to Padgett in a collision in the backfield, and he'll not get out of that. Boy, just some good hard tackling, and coming up making that tackle for this defense was number 15, and that's Evan Stahl. And Stahl was back there with a teammate, and they just blew that one up in the backfield.
They did. They knew it was coming and played it exceptionally well. They got the pressure up the field so that Padgett was going to have to cut it back in before he really wanted to. Didn't allow him to get around in, and when he cut it back up, there was another defender just waiting for it.
Rams now behind the chains. They will go to the spread. This worked well last year in the passing game, and the Braves drop about 5 players off. Here's Spires scrambling right side, looking, fires it out in the flat, and nearly intercepted, as undercutting that route was Brock Dean, the cornerback, over on the Rams sideline about the 48-yard line. Fortunately, that pass was too tall for him to go and pick out of the air. Beckley was the intended receiver, and it'll be 3rd down and 13.
All right, Paoli's going to have to spread it out again, get that defense on its heels. Interesting alignment the last time. They had 3 down linemen and like 5 or 6 that were maybe 5 yards off of the line of scrimmage, just in a straight line across the field.
Kind of their spread defense, it looks like. And that same defense on 3rd and 13 out of the gun. Spires gets a snap. Here comes some pressure. Fired out to the left side, but it's going to be over the head of Beckley. That'll be incomplete, and the Rams will be forced to punt the ball away as they have it at the 45-yard line, their own 45, making it 4th down and 13.
Yeah, Paoli successful on their first series of downs. 3 plays and a first down, but this time 3 plays and lose 3 yards, and now Paoli forced to kick it away to Brownstown.
Hannon will punt it away, averaging over 33 yards per punt. Garrison is the lone setback. Good snap, some pressure, and booted out of there by Hannon. High kick, fair catch caught for. And coming up is Garrison bobbled it, but juggled it and caught it at the 30-yard line, and that's where Brownstown Central will start their first drive of the night at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. 9:23 to go, first quarter of play. Blevins Memorial Stadium, there's no score as the defense for the Rams comes out and will face their first stiff test of the night against this very potent offense for Brownstown Central.
Yep, built on deception. That's what this offense is. They're going to try and get you going one way when the ball's going the other. They need to get into that offensive backfield and mess things up.
Put a man in motion and going to direct snap it to Branneman, the fullback. He comes over the right side out to the 32, 33-yard line. Tackle made there quickly for the Rams defense. Dom Garcia, number 58, a gain of 3, make it 2nd and 7. They go to a typical wing T. They have like the quarterback in the gun formation, but right in front of him is the fullback, Branneman, and they can snap it to either one. This time it's Branneman again right up the middle. He's out close to the 40-yard line. Rams defense able to bring him down. He'll be shy of a first down by a yard or two. In there quickly on the tackle was Hannon, number 34, along with Garcia. Nope, they say it is enough for a first down. Mark it right at the 40, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Brownstown's offense as the Braves come to that wing T formation. Usually in the past they've snapped it to Shepard. He's kind of turned around, did a little bit of magic, but right now the direct snap out of like a single wing. Branneman again has it, goes over right tackle, and the Rams are reading that one perfectly in there. Trey Robbins on the tackle for the Rams along with Dom Garcia. That'll be a gain of 2, and it'll give him 3, make it 2nd down at 7. And both offenses, Bert, steady diet of the fullbacks so far.
Yeah, almost a duplicate of what Paoli did. Only difference is direct snap, but Branneman running strong and getting right through the middle of the Paoli defense. Couple of runs of 3 yards, the one run of 7, and now they face 2nd and 7.
Go to the wing T again with the slots, the quarterback and the fullback. Shelton, the center. Let's see who he gives the ball to this time. Shepard, he's going to hand it off to Garrison on the sweep to the left side. He gets a kick-out block to the 50, 45 down the left sideline and run out of bounds in Rams territory right in front of that Brownstown Central bench. Spires in there on the tackle for Paoli to run him out, but a big gain as that goes all the way into Rams territory down to the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, the first big play of the night here.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Braves get it to the 25. Another handoff, this time to Garrison. Sweep to the left side to the 20 to the 15. Inside the 10, jukes a defender. He's down the sideline and actually gets bumped into the end zone by one of his own players. That's Branneman. And Garrison will run it in from 25 yards out for the first score of the night. And that will put Brownstown Central on the board on the 25-yard touchdown run by Garrison. Is coming with 7:17 to go in the first quarter of play, making it a 6-0 ball game in favor of Brownstown Central.
That's an impressive start, to say the least, for Brownstown.
And Conyer ready to go for the extra point out of the hold of Branneman. The long snap is Shelton, as already 6-0. Conyer, good kicker, 56 out of 59 on the season, and add another one good there. And that will get the lead up to 7-0 in favor of the Braves nearly halfway through the first quarter of play. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Impressive start for Brownstown Central as they go right down the field against that Paoli defense, punch it in from 25 yards out as Garrison. He had 3 carries on that first drive and 55 yards gained. They just pushed Paoli back and got into the end zone. 7-0 is the score right now.
Put Garrison over the 1,000-yard mark for rushing this year. Conyer high end over in kick. Thornton get it on the right side at the 5, up the numbers to the 10. Here's the defense, breaks a tackle at the 15-yard line and then slung out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Eli Hutchinson in there on the tackle for the Braves. And the Rams will be deep in their own territory inside the 20, but we have a penalty flag.
Yeah, flag thrown down here at about the 15-yard line. Weren't too many Paoli players down there, but they say that it was a block in the back, and that will mean that they'll have to push them back a little bit further.
Rams did not have great field position to start with, and it's not going to improve at all with this penalty. They will be in the shadow of their own end zone. See how far they want to mark it off and where the penalty actually occurred. The flag was thrown right at the 15. Justin got it out close to the 17-yard line, and now they're going to mark it off. Be inside the 10, half the distance.
Yep, and spot it down about the 7-yard line. So a penalty against Paoli pushes them back in even tougher situation to start than what it would have been.
Rams defense got to be careful here, down by a score already. As Spires brings them up, they'll go to the flex bone. Ball over on that right hash mark. Thornton in motion down the left side. Going to toss it to Thornton. Breaks the tackle. He's out to the 15 across the 20. He'll have a first down out to the 21-yard line. As a nice pickup of close to 14 yards on the play. Some nifty running on that sweep around the left end by the junior Justin Thornton.
Yeah, Thornton just got it at, basically Mike Speed got around the end as they were able to block it, seal it, and kick out at the same time, and a result, a 13-yard gain and a first down for Paoli.
First and 10, so the Rams off to a good start on this drive, deep in their own territory. Out of the bone, handed off again. Coming up through there will be the fullback, Tyler Hannon. Couple of tough running yards right up the middle. Wishmeyer along with Roberts on the tackle. Give him 2 on the play, and it'll be second down and 8 for the Rams. Again, they got a first down in their opening series, but then it stalled out. Let's see if they can keep this drive going and moving downfield.
All right, second down long for Paoli. Not the best situation to be in. Need a quality play here on second down.
Rams go to the spread. 3 receivers to the right. Going to toss it to Padgett. Padgett gets a kick-out block up to the 25-30. He said 35-40 foot race at midfield. 1 man to beat. Down the sideline to the 30, to the 20, to the 15. Eludes him at the 10, but caught from behind at the 5. Dane Padgett turned on the Jets that time, and he found a gap down the numbers on the right side, and he was able to get all the way inside the 10-yard line down to the 6. And a touchdown-saving tackle made there by Jack Pace, number 28.
Well, I've said it I don't know how many times this year, that regardless of the field that we're playing on, Dane Padgett, he'll be the best athlete on the field. That's the case there. Brownstown fortunate that their defensive back had a good angle on him and could slow him down just a little bit.
Rams go to that jumbo set on the right side with the single setback. Spires under center, comes to the opposite side. Here's Padgett. No, Spires going to keep it. He heads to the corner of the end zone, and Cooper Spires with a great fake will run it in on the quarterback keeper from 5 yards out. And the Rams march down the field 93 yards on this drive, and Spires the 5-yard touchdown run. And that will make it a 7-6 ball game with 5:50 to go here in quarter number 1.
The response that you wanted to see from Paoli, they gave up that early touchdown but came back and got one of their own.
Rams critical extra point, high snap, ball down. Gavina's kick, though, is going to be blocked, and that will keep the Rams still behind on the scoreboard, but only by a point as they trail it now by a score of 7-6. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summer's seamless guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summer's seamless gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Good response by the Rams. Gavina's high end over and kick fielded by Dean at the 20. Comes down the left sideline to the 35 and driven out of bounds in the Brownstown friendly territory. And that'll give a good run back for Brownstown to set up their second drive as they march down the field the first time that they had the football, 70 yards to cap it off. This time a little bit better field position for their offense out beyond the 35 at the 37-yard line.
Well, offensively for Paoli, first series they ran, got a first down. That was about as good as they could do. Came back, got a touchdown. So the coaches figured out something from first possession to second. Let's see if they can figure out something on the defensive side as well from the first to the second possession.
Go to the wing T formation. Branneman along with Sheffer as they await the snap. But
Paoli's going to have to take a timeout. They had one too many on the field.
I was going to say, it looked like they had a lot along that line of scrimmage. They made some last-second substitutions there, and Chase Case just didn't get off the field in time, so the Rams have to burn a timeout. 5:45 to go, first quarter of play on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Brownstown Central on top, 7-6. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
You can make a difference in the life of abused and neglected children in Orange County. I'm Orange County Circuit Court Judge Steve Owen, and we have a court-appointed special advocate program, or CASA, right here in Orange County, and we need your help. There's no special skills required, and we can train you on the skills that are needed. All you have to do is just call Robin Brown today and tell her that you want to help us help these children feel safe and loved here in Orange County. That's Orange County CASA at 812-653-4889.
Paoli cost themselves a timeout there. One too many defenders on the field. They were going to try to get off the field, but Brownstown, they were just about ready to snap it. And Paoli, instead of giving up a penalty and a free play, they just called the timeout.
Wing T, and it's a direct snap to Hutchinson, number 14. Eli, the backup quarterback at 6'4", 180 and a sophomore. He gets over the right side, pick up about 10 on the play, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Brownstown as the Rams go to a four-man front this time as they add some of those defenders up there with Landon Smith coming in along that defensive line.
Yeah, they just got a little bit of a push, and just enough of a crease for Hutchison to get through, and he picked up 10 and a first down.
Comes the double handoff. It comes over to Garrison down the left sideline to the 40, 35, 30-foot race. Can he beat Spires? And he does, and he is in the end zone as Garrison able to go 53 yards on that inside double handoff. And just like that, Brownstown Central counters the Rams touchdown and Garrison's second score of the night to make it 13-6.
That is probably the toughest play to defend out of this version of the wing T. You've got that double handoff. You think you've got it diagnosed, and if you're not playing that responsibility football and getting to your man every time, they can break it just like that.
Quick score makes it now that lead up to 7. Conyer will try and make it 8. The Rams are going to have to chase some points, it looks like now. Conyer, as we mentioned, an excellent extra-point kicker, and he is able to drill another one up and good. And just like that, it's a 14-6 lead in favor of Brownstown Central. So a lot of points early here in this ball game. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
We talked in the pregame about how good this Brownstown team is, and they are especially good tonight on the offensive side as they have just run right at Paoli. They've run around them and have gotten 2 scores in 2 possessions and now lead it 14-6 with 5:14 to go in the first quarter of play.
Rams have tried and answered once. Let's see if they can answer again. Conyer is ready to kick it off. He can't go to sleep, though. He's liable to squib it just like this or try an onside kick. And the ball is loose near midfield, and it looks like White
dangerous.
Baker is going to finally jump on it at the 49-yard. Actually, that's Trey Robbins who jumped on it at the 49-yard line as the Rams avoid disaster right there.
Well, and not only disaster, but and they almost did something that you shouldn't do. The ball had not gone 10 yards. It has to go 10 before the kicking team can touch it. And then when Robbins comes in and jumps on it, he's jumping on it with a bunch of Brownstown kids around him.
Rams in great field position, see if they can take advantage of it. They go back to the flex bone offense, 2 receivers to the left. Thornton in motion to the left, come down the left side, hand it off again. Here's Hannon. Hannon, a steady diet so far in this first quarter of play. Gets a couple of tough yards down to the 47-yard line. Cassidy in there on the tackle along with Roberts, and the Rams have a second down and long.
And Brownstown, the way they're playing it defensively, they are forcing Paoli to use the fullback because they are covering the halfback, they're covering the quarterback so that he has to hand it off. Otherwise, he's going to be tackled for a loss. So Hannon, he's had a steady diet of it so far tonight, 5 carries already for 16 yards.
Second down and 8 for the Rams. Spires under center. Quick toss. Here's Hannon, the fullback. Tried to get outside, but then was forced back inside and met by Dean, who really did a nice job of setting the edge on the right side of that defense. Then all of his teammates come to help him out, Roberts along with Wishmeyer, and it's going to be a loss back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be third down and 10 for the Rams at the Brownstown Central 49-yard line.
Brownstown is just so aggressive on the end of the line of scrimmage, whether it's left hand or right hand. They are getting those ends into the backfield, and that is how you take care of a couple of the options that Paoli has offensively.
Rams go to the spread, single setback. Spires under center, going to drop back to pass. Looking, fires it out in the flat, and he had a man wide open. That was Thornton at the 41, but threw it behind him. The pressure came on, and really Cooper was still backpedaling when he threw that football.
Yeah, and off the mark. But I liked what Paoli did. They put their 2 best offensive weapons on the same side of the field there in the pass patterns. You've got both Thornton and Padgett on this side of the field, and, Brownstown, they have to pick their poison. Which one are you going to cover? Because you're not going to flip-flop somebody from the right side over to the left just to help out.
Rams take advantage or cannot take advantage of that great field position. Here's Hannon, barely got it out of there. Ball going to hit and take a bounce inside the 20 down to the 10, and the Rams quickly cover it right at the 10-yard line. So Paoli gets a fortuitous roll on that punt and pin the Braves back deep in their own territory as they'll put them at the 10-yard line. First down and 10. Thornton was down there to cover that punt for Paoli. And Brownstown, with 3:40 to go, will begin their third offensive series here deep in their own territory as Paoli, so far their defense has not been able to stop mainly the big running of Garrison.
No, they've had a play here or a play there where they've looked like they knew what they were doing and executed it. But Brownstown, they just have so many options to run at you.
Out of that wing T formation, the direct snap, and set the offensive line. Sheffer going to get it. Now he's going to hand it off to Dean down the right sideline. Dean came around on that buck sweep, but Paoli, a nice job of flowing down the line of scrimmage. Colton Beckley able to come up and make that play, along with Dom Garcia. Gain of 3 on the play, make it second down and 7 as the ball just shy of the 15-yard line.
And Paoli had it diagnosed. They were out there, more men than what Brownstown could block, and as a result, they bring Dean down for a short gain.
Second down and 7, wing T formation here. Sheffer pass it out into the flat. Oh, and the ball is dropped. Kai Trueblood was the intended receiver out in this left flat. He had a lot of green space in front of him, but made that cardinal sin of taking his eyes off the football.
Yeah, and that's one thing that makes this Brownstown offense so dangerous. They run it all the time, but then they can also throw it. Pass was on the mark. Receiver just didn't bring it in.
54 out of 82 on the season for Sheffer with 7 touchdowns. Back to that wing T, put a man in motion, going to jet sweep it to Garrison. They cut him back inside. Now he cuts back across the grain to the 35, to the 40. He's off to a foot race, and nobody will catch him. He's to the 30, 20, 10, 5, and touchdown. And Garrison will run it in. He'll go 87 yards on the long touchdown run, and just like that, here's Brownstown Central posting their third score of the ball game, making it now a 20-6 lead for the Braves.
That Garrison kid, he is fast. Said it in the scouting report that we get from the coaches, but I mean he is just flat out fast. And if anybody could match what Padgett could do for Paoli, it is Garrison for Brownstown.
Con, you're already out there for his third extra point. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Good snap, good hold. Kick is down, and the kick is good, so it's solid mechanism there. And that puts the Braves out on top on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, 21-6, with 2:51 to go in the first quarter of play. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
2:51 left in the first quarter of play, and that Brownstown offense continues to impress. They've had 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. That one capped off by an 87-yard run. Once Garrison made that cut in the middle of the line or in the middle of the field, he made that cut. He was going left. He cut back right, and then it was just wide open the rest of the way.
He has speed to burn.
Yes, he does.
I hate to say it this early in the game, but this is a must series for the Rams to score. They cannot fall behind any further. Conyer will be ready to kick it off. Padgett and Thornton back deep. This time he's going to kick it away. Thornton will go back and get it at the 6. Comes up the numbers to the 10, 15, 20. Eludes a tackler out across the 25 and brought down at the 28-yard line. So a nice return that time for the Rams junior. In there on the tackle was Lyndon Lanier for Brownstown Central, and the Rams get the ball, decent field position at their own 29-yard line, and already their 4th offensive series here in this first quarter, but 2:46 to go.
Yep, don't see that very often, getting that many possessions in that short of an amount of time. Paoli this time split 1 wide left, 1 wide right, standard formation.
Out of the flex bone, Spires goes under center. Thornton in motion to the left. Going to come and keep it as Spires, but has nowhere to pitch it. Read perfectly that time. Wishmeyer, the linebacker, just riding Cooper Spires down for a loss of 4 on the play back to the 25-yard line to make it 2nd down and 14.
And again, they are so quick to get across the line of scrimmage. They came up, covered the pitch man, so Spires had no choice but to keep it. And when he came around the end, the additional penetration from the linebackers, that's what forced him back and brought him down for that loss.
Cool, crisp Halloween evening here at Brownstown Central. Rams got to use some trickery here, see if they can get back into this ball game. Go to the spread out of the gun. They loop up front. Here's Spires. He's it down over the middle, and it's going to be picked off at the 40-yard line to the 35-30. Coming back, the defender, and brought down at the 25-yard line. A couple of defenders were back there, and it's Jackson Johnson, number 2, who comes up with the huge interception and the first big turnover of this ball game.
Yeah, Spires really didn't get his feet settled under him before the throw. He was kind of scrambling out to his right, throwing with his right, so he's scrambling to his strong side, but didn't have the feet underneath of him. That meant that it wasn't going to carry as far as he wanted. And Brownstown, they had actually 2 defenders there. You're hoping that they knocked one another off of it, but they did not.
Great opportunity at the 25, 1st and 10 for the Braves offense. Sheffer going to roll to his right, looking a little hitch-and-go route. He goes to the corner of the end zone to Trueblood, but he overthrows him, and it's leading him too far out. Yep. Trueblood, 6'1", 155, and a junior. Rams, though, had good double coverage back there with Walls and Spires.
Yeah, Paoli had the play diagnosed. They had it covered, and Sheffers could see that. He was just waiting to see, okay, do I have a chance to run? Paoli didn't give him that opportunity, and he just had to more or less throw it as far as he could so that, the only player that was going to have a chance was his guy, and that was the reason why it was thrown out of bounds.
Brownstown went for it all on their first play. Back to that wing formation. Hutchison in there at the fullback spot. Put Garrison in motion. Hutchison has it. Hutchison takes it over the left side. He does a twist move at about the 16 and stretches out close to the 15-yard line. And actually they're going to say his knee went down at the 16-yard line as Thornton in there on the tackle for the Rams, and also joined in there by Dom Garcia, number 58. It's going to be a pickup of 9 on the play, make it 3rd down and 1.
Another thing that makes it tough to go against this offense is you're playing 11 on 11. A lot of times you can take that quarterback out of the equation.
And off again, this time running up through the middle of the field is Garrison, and Garrison gets himself down inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. He'll pick up again a nice gain, close to 7-8 on the play, as Beckley had to come up from that secondary, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Braves as the ball marked officially at the 6-yard line.
And how about this stat line for Garrison? 6 carries, 206 yards of rushing already.
Came in averaging 14.6 per carry, and he has not hurt that at all here tonight. Out of the wing formation, put a man in motion. Shepard, a double handoff again, and it comes to the inside, and running it is Lanier. Does he get in? Yes, he does. Lanier started out on the left on the double handoff, went back to the right, and Lanier runs it in from 7 yards out, and Brownstown takes advantage of that turnover on the interception, and Lanier gets his first touchdown of the night. That makes it a 27-6 lead for the Braves, breaking it wide open here. 47 seconds to go in this first quarter of play.
Now the double handoff again, and they ran it in tight company. Paoli got some penetration, weren't able to get in there to mess up the second handoff, and they just able to get it across the goal line.
And Conyer able to drill that extra point, and it is a 28-6 lead in favor of Brownstown Central. And we've still got 47 seconds to go here in this first quarter of play. So Rams got back to within 1 at 7-6. Looked like, okay, they're in a pretty good spot. Boy, Brownstown, I don't know, just kind of woke them up, and now they're on a roll.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where you kind of poke the bear, and the bear woke up, and he's after you, and that's what Brownstown is doing right now. You look down, and they've got so many kids that are running the football already. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different runners already, and that's not that's with one of their starters not having touched it, and their quarterback, Sheffer. He hasn't run it yet.
Rams got to regroup here as we wind up nearly the first quarter of play, but down already 28-6 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Conyer will be ready to kick it off again. He's kicked it off multiple times. Most of them have been going back deep. However, they did try the one onside kick that the Rams were able to recover but could not take advantage of great field position. Paget, along with Thornton back deep, they set up at their own 10-yard line. Conyer waiting on the signal from the official, and he has it. And the Rams get ready to see if they can get some lightning in a bottle here possibly on this kickoff return. Conyer approaches the football, going to boom it away, high end over end kick. Thornton drifts back to his 4-yard line, brings it up the hash to the 10 to the 15, eludes the tackle out across the 20, and brought down near the 20-22-yard line. Hutchison in there on the tackle. Actually, they're going to give him out to the 24-yard line. That's where the Rams will have it. 1st down and 10. Here with 42.5 seconds to go in this first quarter of play. Hey, only what we said the last time, Bert. They need a touchdown and got to repeat that again.
Yeah, you got to get scores. You got to get stops. No sign of any stops coming, so you better get scores. Brownstown very much aware of where Paget is on the field, kicking away from him every single time.
Rams go to the jumbo set, single setback, going to toss it to Paget. Oh, and he tried to cut back, lost his footing. Hard to believe here on the turf, but he did. He'll go back down at the 20-yard line as the Rams went to the jumbo set where they offset and overload the left side of the line. Just, Bert, again, try to get a numbers game on the outside.
Yeah, put more blockers out there than what they have defenders. Brownstown, they shifted a little bit toward that side, but not a whole lot. Just that, the play blown up when Paget loses his footing. And you'll see that because, Paoli's played on artificial turf already this year, but just not as familiar with it, let's say, as what Brownstown is.
This is going to be the end of the first quarter of play, and it's been all Braves as they lead at 28-6 in this second round of sectional play from Blevins Memorial Stadium. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Well, 1 quarter in the books, and it was not the start that Paoli wanted, that's for certain, as Brownstown gets out to an early 28-6 lead on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli defensively, they just have had no answer for what Brownstown is doing offensively. Offensively for Paoli, they had that one drive where they had the big run by Padgett, got down there, and then Spires goes in for the touchdown. But otherwise, they have not been able to do much against this stout Brownstown defense.
Rams break out of the huddle. They'll go to the spread offense, going to overload the right side again of this unbalanced line. Put 3 receivers out to the right side, quickly going to toss it to Hannon, but apparently
too many people moving.
Got an issue with, Brownstown did not like the way that things were setting up, so Coach Reed May will take a timeout as Paoli caught him in a little bit different type of offensive set, and Brownstown realizing that they just didn't have the right defense in there, so instead of possibly for a breakaway play, they'll take a timeout. Rams are behind the chains right now at second down at 14. Looked as though it was going to be a quick toss to the fullback, Hannon that time to try and get to the edge on the right side.
Yeah, it's probably the best that Paoli will be able to do is try to out-quick Brownstown to the edge. If they can, they may be able to make some plays. And, you just wish that maybe it was Padgett getting that quick toss as opposed to Hannon. Nothing wrong with the way that Hannon runs, but Padgett is just a little bit quicker, more decisive in his cuts, and just one of those deals where Paoli's got to find something that works, and they're thinking if we can get outside, we'll have something that will be successful.
But all the time back on the clock, nothing ran off. So we'll officially begin the second quarter of play with Brownstown on top, 28-6 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. See what the Rams want to do after that timeout taken by the Braves. Each team has used a timeout here in this first half of play. Paoli second down and 14 as the ball marked back at the 21-22-yard line across the way. Go to that same formation. 3 receivers to the right side, single set back slot on the right side as well. Spires under center. He's going to roll to his right, looking, fires out in the flat. He's got a man caught by Cade Walls. He was all alone, but Cade had to go down to his knees to scoop that one off the turf, get a couple of yards back near the original line of scrimmage, and the Rams will have it first down and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, gain of about
10, excuse me.
Yeah, gain of 3 on the play, so got a few yards back, and you're going to need a little bit more. But Spires, as he was scrambling out to his right, he was starting to feel the pressure, and Walls was just breaking open when he did.
Rams go to the empty set with 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left on third down and 11. Spires out of the gun, has the snap, some pressure. He's going to step up in the pocket, throws it on the run. Padgett has it, a first down at the 35, turns upfield across the 40, and finally brought down near the 45-yard line as Padgett able to find a soft spot in that secondary, and Cooper spotted him and fired it on the run, and Paoli a big third down conversion out to the 46-yard line.
Needed that in the worst way, did Paoli. They are now 2 out of 4 on their third down conversions. That's the 4th first down of the night for Paoli. And Spires, he was just scrambling out to his right, kept his head up and looking down the field, and that's when he found Padgett.
First down and 10 out of the gun. Here comes the blitz. Down the right sideline they go, and it's just over the head of Beckley at the 25-yard line. Rams got one-on-one coverage in that secondary with the blitz coming, and Cooper knew that he had to unload it pretty quick, but just led Beckley too much down the sideline.
If Paoli can give Spires the time to get back, set his feet like he did there, they can make some hay. It's just a matter of being able to block that front. And it looks like Brownstown, in passing situations at least, they're going to go to a three-down lineman alignment and put, say, 6 or 7 back deep. Now Paoli in a run formation.
To the flex bone on the keeper here, Spires. He'll go nowhere. In fact, he'll be throwing for a loss back to the 45-yard line. Big number 66, Joe Roberts, in there on the tackle. And it's going to be 3rd down and 11 for the Rams.
Yeah, they got in so quick. Spires had no time to do much of anything with it. Just as soon as he was ready to make a decision on what he was going to do, he was being brought down. Spires now 3 carries, no yards gained. And then keep in mind, his first carry was a 5-yard touchdown run. So he's had a negative yardage on each of his last 2.
Rams were able to convert on their last 3rd down and long situation. Here's another one. Rams will go to the empty set, 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Out of the gun, Spires has it. Here comes some pressure up the middle. Fires it out in the flat, and it is caught. Going to be just short of a first down, still twisting and turning is Cade Walls out across the 52, the 47-yard line. Once again, Spires had enough time to find that open receiver. Tackle quickly made in there by Dean, and Paoli faces a 4th down and 4 at the 47-yard line.
And in a situation where there's no doubt they have to go for it, 4th down and 3. They need to get just across the 44-yard line. The nose of the football right now spotted at the 47, so they need every bit of 3 yards.
Rams go to that spread formation. 3 receivers to the left, the short side of the field. Here comes some pressure up the middle, fired over the middle, caught by Thornton. Thornton was going to be brought down on a great one-on-one tackle by Jack Pace, number 28. Got the man that they wanted out in space one-on-one, but this time it is Pace that made the play, and the Rams are stopped on 4th down.
Yeah, excellent defensive play that time. Pace was right there kind of shadowing Thornton, and when Spires let it go, he closed in, wrapped up, and drug him down. So Paoli comes up short on 4th down, and they give it back over to Brownstown.
Brownstown will have it 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Back to that wing T single wing formation. Shelton, the key man there, he is the center, and he has been flawless tonight on snapping that ball back to the correct teammate. And before we get the play off, the official will step in. May have an issue with the helmet
maybe
equipment over on that left side. Yes, it is.
Well, he's coming off shaking his head saying, I'm good to go. I don't know what they're looking at, but I'm good.
That's Joe Roberts. He'll come out and run his teammate in there to join him on that left side of the line. That'll be 7, Ernest Harrison. 1st down and 10. Out of the wing T formation. Sheffer is the quarterback in this particular formation. Hasn't got all of the snaps, so put a man in motion. Here comes Garrison to the right side. He's to the 50, looks inside, cuts back outside, sidesteps the defender. He's to the 40. Actually, running that is Lanier, number 9. And Lanier, some nifty running inside and outside. Finally, Hannon able to bring him down along with Trey Robbins. But not before Lanier, 6'1", 175, and a sophomore, was able to pick up a first down and get it into Rams territory to the 37-yard line.
I think when the coaches go back and watch that play over again, they won't be happy with the no call on a holdout here. It was more a tackle than a hold on the end of the line of scrimmage. That allowed Lanier to get outside of the contain.
1st down and 10 in Rams territory. Sheffer out of the gun, going to hand it off. This time it's Garrison again to the left side. At the Rams do a nice job coming up and filling that lane is Cade Walls on a good one-on-one tackle. And one of the few times that the Rams have been able to contain the shifty Preston Garrison. Looks as though it's going to be a gain of 1 or no gain depending on the spot.
Well, they moved it back after initially spotting it a yard or 2 up. They're going to spot it down, looks like, now at the 41-yard line. One of the Paoli boys lost his helmet. He's going to have to go out, and they will stop the clock just momentarily for that.
Dom Garcia lost his hat, and Scholl comes in to replace him. Wing T formation, direct snap to Brannaman, the fullback. He's got running room over the left side, and he's going to be caught finally at the 25-yard line as he got a fine opening on that left side. Spires had to come up from the secondary, actually down to the 24-yard line, but that is enough to move the chains, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Braves offense. They lead it already 28-6. 8 minutes to go in the first half.
7 first downs now for Brownstown, and the quarterback, Sheffer, he just does an excellent job carrying at those fakes after the ball doesn't come to it.
Here's a double handoff again, and running room right side is Lanier. He got the handoff from Garrison, and Lanier from 25 yards out will run it in. Actually, 24-yard touchdown run as Lanier. That'll be his second touchdown of this ball game. He has scored the last 2 times, and Lanier able to scamper in with that touchdown run, and that will boost the lead up to 34-6 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. 7:48 to go here in the second quarter of play.
It's that double handoff. That's a play that has just worked time and time again for Brownstown tonight.
Go for the extra point, Conyer, out of the hold of Branneman, and he swings the leg through, and it is up and perfect again, and it is a 35-6 lead for the Braves with 7:48 to go before halftime. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Craving bold flavors and a fiesta for your taste buds? Come to El Compadre Mexican Restaurant, now open at their brand new location in Paoli at 300 East Main Street. For sizzling fajitas to cheesy enchiladas and the best Mexican food around, it's a flavor-packed party you won't want to miss. Visit us in Paoli or check out our other locations in West Baden, Orleans, Mitchell, Bedford, and now Palmyra. El Compadre, where the flavor is as bold as the fun. Open Monday through Thursdays and Sundays from 11 to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays from 11 to 10 p.m.
7:48 left in the first half. Brownstown, the beat goes on as far as that offense is concerned, as they have put up another touchdown and lead Paoli 35-6. And like I say, still 7:48 to go in the first half of play. Paoli, they've just run into a buzzsaw tonight. Brownstown is sharp offensively, and when they are this sharp, they are tough to handle.
Braves have scored 28 unanswered points. It was a 7-6 ball game, believe it or not, at one point. See if the Rams can finally get something going on the offensive end. Conyer approaches Thornton and Padgett back deep for Paoli. High end over and kick. Thornton will field it at the 11. Comes up the numbers to the 20, to the 15. Cross the 30. Breaks the tackle 35 to the 40 and upended near the 44-yard line. But a nice return by Justin Thornton. A little bit slow getting up after that tackle. But he gives the Rams great field position here to start this drive, as coming up with the tackle for this coverage team was number 26, Landon Alt, and Thornton will have to go off the field.
Well, he's going to try and stay in. He took that blow just at about the outer thigh. Nice hard tackle on the part of Brownstown that time. The referee now checking with Thornton to make sure that he's okay to go, and he says, yeah, and the referee says, okay, stay in, but I'll keep an eye on you. Thornton, he took a real good shot that time.
1st and 10 at the Rams' 44-yard line, ball over on that left hash. Rams will go to their spread offense, 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Nobody in the backfield with Spires out of the gun. Take the handoff. He's going to roll to the right side, fires it to Thornton, but he throws it behind him at midfield. Fortunately, there were no defenders behind him, and it falls to the turf, and it goes incomplete.
Well, Spires is getting a little more time to throw right now. Brownstown, that time at least, 3 down linemen did not blitz. They are a blitz-happy team, though. They send 2, sometimes 3, to get after that quarterback. That time didn't send anybody, and Spires had some time. Spires now on the night, 4 out of 10 passing at incompletion, makes it 2nd and 10.
Rams trying to get something going here before halftime as they trail it 35-6 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Out of the spread again. Quick pass out into the flat. Thornton has it, gets a block, breaks one tackle, and maybe might get, fortunately, back to the line of scrimmage as good coverage coming up through there. Wishmeyer, the middle linebacker, making the tackle. But it looked like that play might have somewhere to go. But once again, that closing speed on the defense for Brownstown, very evident on that play.
And that's exactly what I was thinking, just the quickness and the way they rally to the football, so to speak. They get there with numbers, it seems like, every time. And that time they had one diving at Thornton's feet. He avoided him, but in making that move just to stay up, you allowed the the other 2 or 3 defenders to close in.
3rd down and 10 for the Rams. Spires out of the gun formation in the spread. Gets the snap, looks, steps up into the pocket, fires out. He's got Beckley, and he catches it for a first down. Nope. It's a one-hop at the 36-yard line as Colton cutting over the middle found again that little seam there, but unfortunately just couldn't scoop it off the turf, and the Rams face a 4th down and 10.
And it was an excellent effort. Beckley diving after it, looked for a second like he made the catch, but then it rolls away from him, and you see the back judge waving it off for another incompletion.
Rams will be forced to punt as Garrison drops back deep. Again, a threat. Here comes some pressure, and it is going to be blocked. Robertson blocked it. The ball is loose on the field, picked up at the 29, and coming down the right side of the numbers, and it will be number 29 picking up that block punt for
Grayson Cassidy.
Cassidy able to get it, but Roberts blocked the punt, and that will set up Brownstown in fantastic field position here, already leading 35-6.
Not a turnover, but it works out about the same with a blocked punt that went backwards. That thing was spinning like a top when it came over here, right at the point where Cassidy was able to pick it up, nearly spun away from him. He's able to kind of put a handle on it and move it forward a little bit more. And Brownstown, after the punt block, they've got it at point-blank range again.
Bring out that very potent offense. 6:36 to go, already leading 35-6 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. And the Rams take a timeout. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
If there's one thing we all share, it's that our lives are all unique. At Raymond James, we believe that's worth celebrating because financial planning isn't just about numbers and figures. It's about creating the life you envision. So whether you're building a future or preparing for retirement, a Raymond James financial advisor can guide you each step of the way. To learn more, call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
We came in knowing that Brownstown, that they were a potent offense. They had scored all kinds of points this year, and they were blowing people out. Now you can see why. Paoli, good defensive team, but they have not seen an offense like this all year long. Brownstown leading it 35-6 right now, 6:36 to go in the first half of play. And so many times you look at that clock and say, okay, where's the margin? And it's just about at a 35-point margin in favor of Brownstown.
Rams have been on the opposite side of this situation on the scoreboard. The Braves have been there a lot this season and look to make it one more time here as they have the offense ball 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Back to the wing T formation. Brannaman and Shepard are back behind the center. And they have the 2 slots with Garrison, the man that's had a big night, on the right side. Rams move down along the defensive line. Garrison goes in motion. Now they reset him back to the right side. Rams stay stationary. Garrison back in motion. Going to give it off to Garrison on the handoff. Runs up the middle, twisting and turning. Finally caught near the 10-yard line. Colt Bonta in there on the tackle along with Tyler Hannon for the Rams. But that'll be a pickup of close to 7 on the play. Actually, they're going to move it back, make it a gain of 5, and 2nd down and 5.
You know, Garrison, we talked about how fast he was. He's kind of shifty, tough to bring down, and runs hard. If you're going to try and bring him down, you'd better wrap up and put a pretty good lick on it.
Out of the wing T formation, settle on the line of scrimmage, Garrison. And Garrison gets a handoff from Shepard, and he breaks a tackle at the 5, and he is in for the score. This one coming from 11 yards out on the play, and it'll be Garrison in for the score for the Brownstown Central Braves. 11-yard touchdown run, and the senior just keeps racking them up here tonight, and that will make it a 41-6 ball game in favor of the Braves. This score coming with 5:57 to go before halftime.
Yep, and they just keep feeding Garrison. 9 carries, 223 yards.
He's had a game and a half in the first half here tonight. Conyer on for the extra point, and it's going to be automatic again as Conyer came in 56 out of 59 on the season and has not missed here tonight. And that makes it a 42-6 lead for the Braves on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
5:57 to go in the first half. Brownstown out with a huge lead at 42-6, and they are ready to kick it away to Paoli again. Every time so far, just about, they have kicked away from Padgett. Padgett is on the left side. That's scouting report-wise, that's where Brownstown kicks it almost all the time. But with Thornton over here on the right, that is where they have been kicking it.
5:57 to go before halftime, and a big lead here enjoyed by the Braves. They look to move on to the championship game. Low line drive kick. Padgett fields it at the 9. He cuts upfield to the 15 to the 20. Stutter step out to the 30 across the 35 and brought down near the 41-42-yard line as Pace in there on the tackle. A nice return, though, by Dane Padgett to give the Rams good field position. And actually, they're going to say he went down at the 36-yard line is where they will mark it 1st down and 10 for the Rams offense.
All right, let's see if we can get a little something going here, whether it's a run or pass. Paoli almost forced into a situation where they need to start throwing the ball more, and that's not their strong suit.
Rams go back to the flex bone. Spires under center on 1st down and 10. Man in motion as Thornton comes down the left side. Toss it to Thornton, but no running room at all there as Jackson Johnson from the secondary comes up and takes the pitch man away, and the Rams get behind the chains. That's going to be a loss on the 1st down play of close to 3 yards.
Just as soon as Thornton got the ball, it's like he's trying to avoid contact because there were 2 defenders in the backfield with him where he got it. A loss of 3 on the play, and Paoli facing a 2nd and long again.
Rams going to run in a new lineman here to fill that slot, and coming over for Paoli will be Baker to fill it in. Landon, 6'5", 6'2", 210, and a sophomore. 2nd down and 13. Ball back at the 33-yard line, but before the play is going to be snapped, the Rams are going to take a timeout, not liking what they saw out on the field. 5:03 to go before half, and it's all Braves, 42-6. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
.503 to go in the first half. Paoli trailing Brownstown 42-6 right now. Paoli with possession of the ball. They face a 2nd and 13. Ball spotted at the 33. They need to get out to about the 46 for the 1st down. Passing situation, we'll see what Brownstown wants to do. They'll start with the 3 down linemen and now actually go to 4 with, they've got all 8 across the line now.
Out of the flex bone, handed off. Here's Hannon running room over the right side. Ran into one of his own teammates, but he's able to get it out to the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of a couple back near the original line of scrimmage. Hutchison and Wishmeyer in there on the tackle for this Braves defense, and the Rams face a 3rd down and 10.
So far tonight, Paoli 2 of 5 on their 3rd down tries. They've gone for it on 4th down once so far. Facing a big one here, they need to keep possession.
3rd down and 10. Rams break out of the huddle. They go to the flex bone. The 2 receivers out to the right side of the field. Spires under center, comes down. He's caught in the backfield. There's a toss, but it is going to be on the turf. Fortunately, though, Padgett is there to recover it, but it will be for a loss. But once again, in there, Joe Roberts, number 66. He had a hand on Cooper Spires, the Rams quarterback, before he could even get that ball out to toss it to Padgett.
And they just put so much pressure on you offensively. You don't know where the blitz is going to come from, it seems like, most of the time, and as a result, they're able to get in there and pressure you.
4th down and 14. Rams going to punt it. Here comes the pressure, finally boomed out of there. Garrison backfields it at the 34-yard line, and then he immediately goes down at the 35. Walls back there in coverage. Officially will mark it down at the 36-yard line. That's where Brownstown Central will have it 1st and 10 at their own at 36. With 3:46 to go here before half and incomplete control.
And I think Brownstown gets the ball to start the second half as well, since Paoli took it on the opening kick. So they've got a chance to double up possession-wise. Of course, they have had so many big plays tonight that you wouldn't think that they would hold it for the entire 3:46 that's left in the half.
Garrison has run wild here tonight.
He has
first half.
223 rushing yards on just 9 carries.
1st down and 10 for Brownstown out of the wing T formation here. Sheffer, he passes it out into the flat. It is caught immediately by Trueblood. Then he is thrown down immediately. Quickly out there, Cade Walls on that cornerback spot. Going to be a pickup of 3 on the play. Make it 2nd down and 7. Mark the ball at the 39-yard line.
First pass completion of the night for Sheffer. He's 1 out of 3 passing for that 3-yard gain right there.
Micah, a 3-year starter, but not been a factor, at least in the running game in this first half of play. No need to. 2nd down and 7 out of the wing T formation. Garrison in motion, handed off to Garrison, and this time it's going to be kept by, on the inside handoff, I should say, Lanier again. Lanier across midfield down to the 45-yard line. He picks up close to 16 yards on the play. Once again, that little double inside handoff. Handed out to Garrison, and then he hands it right back over to his teammate. And Lanier's done a nice job with sophomore tonight.
Yeah, and he will be the next in a long line of pretty good running backs for Brownstown. Lanier, not quite as quick or as strong as Garrison, but he's going to be a good one.
Direct snap, it goes to Hutchison, the fullback. He tries to get to the outside on that left side. Sidesteps one defender, but could not get by the second. As Paoli's defense, again, Beckley coming up from that cornerback spot, and it's going to be a gain of 5, make it 2nd down and 5. As we mentioned, Hutchison, who is actually the second-string quarterback, has done some running out of the fullback spot. We talked to some people from Brownstown because of injuries earlier in the year.
And he's had 3 carries tonight, 24 yards, so a nice, healthy 8-yard per carry average.
2nd down and 5. Here's Sheffer back to pass, throws it out into the flat right side. Oh, and Lanier got tripped up by the turf.
Yep.
The turf came and got him.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. He was open, was going to make the catch. Paoli had it covered pretty well, but he just kind of stubbed his toe and went down just as the ball was getting there.
One of the few misplays on this first half for this offense of Brownstown Central as they quickly come back up to the line of scrimmage with 2:07 to go. 3rd down and 5 at the 40.
All right, let's see if Paoli can get some pressure in on them. This is just the first time Brownstown's had a 3rd down.
Shepard going to keep it, takes a handoff over the left side to the 30. He's to the 20, to the 15, 10, and he will go in. Just talked about him, and then he calls his own number. Quarterback keeper Sheffer goes 40 yards on the quarterback carry, and he finds pay dirt again, another chunk play for this offense. And with that score, it is 48-6 in favor of Brownstown Central with exactly 2 minutes to go here in the first half of play.
And the Brownstown, they'll bring the kicking team out one more time. Sheffer that time. Like I say, so many times he carries out that fake just like he ran that play. So it's so hard to tell if he's got the ball or not.
Conyer, ready to go. He's 6 for 6 on the night. There's some movement, and there will be a penalty flag. Question is, were the Rams drawn offside, or did they get antsy and get into the neutral zone?
And another question is, how quick can they get that ball back? They wound up kicking it all the way through and almost out to the fence out there. Oh, they got a backup right at the goalpost, so now we're ready to go again.
Got a young man out there. He's ready to go.
He's worn out. He had to run 50 yards that way and 50 yards back there. He just did a 100-yard sprint there.
That penalty is assessed against the Braves. The extra point will be kicked now from the 15-yard line. We saw Conyer in warm-ups. This was no problem. Let's see how he does, though, under live action here. With 2 minutes remaining in the half, good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is going to be good. So Conyer a perfect 7-4-7 on the night, and that makes it a 49-6 lead for the Braves here with 2 minutes to go in quarter number 2. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
You're on the kickoff, tried to squib it down the middle of the field, but a penalty flag. Looks as someone jumped the gun on that left side of the kickoff coverage. That will cost Brownstown Central 5 yards, so the Rams get a move up 5 on their kickoff coverage, which will mean that first line will be at the 45 of the Braves.
Well, we've seen all kinds of kicks. That one, basically, a pooch, almost a let's just bump it down the field a little ways. They've tried the onside kick, and they've kicked it deep. So we'll see what the option is this time around.
Special teams coach gets that opportunity. They'll see what Conyer wants to do as he approaches the football and stutter steps and going to again pooch it down the middle of the field and going to be covered right at the 40-yard line. Trey Robbins there for Paoli. Back to his familiar number 30 with the Rams in white on the road tonight. He played well in 2 games wearing that number 9 purple jersey. And it will be officially marked at the 41 of Paoli.
All right, let's see if Paoli can get a little something done. 2 minutes left in the first half. Trailing it big, but you've still got to play and see if Paoli can have some success on this drive.
Rams break out of the huddle as they will go to the spread formation, put 2 receivers to the right and 3 to the left. Cooper Spires will be out of the gun. Dom Garcia, the Rams center, gets a good snap. Back is Spires, fires it out. Here's Padgett over the middle. Padgett hit immediately, though, as he gets maybe 1 or 2 yards, as he was blanketed there, bracketed. Actually, Wishmeyer was one of those, Pace the other. And it's still a gain of 3 on the play, make it 2nd down and 7.
If I hadn't seen Dayton before the ball game, I could have sworn that just as soon as he got off the bus, they were double-teaming him. But I saw him down by the locker room. There weren't any Brownstown kids around him. Just as soon as he got on the field, they knew where 33 was at.
They had their focal point, that is for sure. 2nd down and 7 for the Rams out of the gun. Spires back to pass. He comes down to Hannon down the left sideline, throws it behind him, and it's a good thing he did because trying to measure it was Kyle Trueblood, and he almost came back to pick that one off at the 41.
Yeah, broke sharp on that ball and very nearly came up with the second interception of the night for Brownstown. Spires that time had some time. Paoli's offensive line did a good job because you had a 2-man stunt going from right to left, and then they wanted to loop one around behind, and Paoli was able to pick that up and give Spires time to throw.
3rd down and 7 at the 44 out of the gun formation. Spires back to pass, steps up in the pocket, and he's picked off Wishmeyer at the 45. He is all alone down the left sideline to the 10, 5. Oh, and then Spires comes back to get him inside the 5 at the 4. But Wishmeyer nearly had a pick 6 from midfield, but will be stopped just short of the goal line with 69 seconds to go.
At the linebacking spot, he was just basically following the quarterback's eyes, looking where he's looking, seeing where the receiver was, and just as soon as that ball was released, he broke on it, broke sharp, and came up with the interception. Spires with an excellent play coming back defensively to prevent that touchdown after throwing his 2nd interception of the night.
Goes from the 50 to the 5 on the return, and that's where the offense for Brownstown, 2nd interception of the night for the Braves. Sheffer and the offense back out there. Direct hand snap, that is, to Brannaman. Brannaman, the fullback, they're still trying to push him into the end zone. He's going to be brought down just shy of the end zone as unravel everybody from that Rams defense. Garcia and Baker in there at the bottom of the pile, and it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, Brownstown, no need to be in any hurry. Still 47 seconds on the game clock, 20 on the play clock.
Out of the wing T formation, direct snap. Brannaman got it, but it hit the turf, and he had to fall forward. Fortunately, a knee went down, but he was still able to get it into the end zone, and Brannaman will get his first touchdown of the ball game. This one a 1-yard touchdown run. This coming, though, after the interception, and that puts the lead up to 55-6 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. 38 seconds to go here before half at Blevins Field, as it's been all Braves first 2 quarters of play. Conyer has had a busy night so far, even with the last time the penalty, able to kick it up, and once again he is able to split the uprights, and the kick is good, and that will increase the lead to 56-6 in favor of Brownstown Central here. Just trying to see, I think that's they had 63 against Eastern Green, but they've been over 50 at least 4 times this year.
Yep, and over 50 and a half against Paoli. They've hung half 100 on Paoli already, and we still got 2 quarters of football left.
And still 38 seconds to go here in this first half of play.
Stranger things have happened. They could get another score yet.
Again, this winner will move on to the championship game next week between the winner of Clarksville and Switzerland County, as the Rams get set to get the kickoff from Conyer again. As Conyer comes up again, you joined us late. It was 7-6 at one point in this ball game early on, but since that time, 49 straight reeled off here by this offense for Brownstown Central. Conyer ready to kick it off for the Braves. Back deep will be Thornton and Paget for Paoli. Been kicking it short the last couple of times to keep it out of those 2 hands. Let's see what they do this time as Conyer approaches the football. He's going to drive it down. It's going to be fielded by Paget at the 11, right side. Comes to his left, breaks the tackle, gets across the 25, stretches out near the 27, 28-yard line, and that's where the Rams will have it first down and 10. In there, Grayson Cassidy on the tackle for the kickoff coverage of Brownstown, and Paoli gets one more shot at it here before half, trailing 56-6.
All right, see if they can protect and if they want to throw it or if they just want to kind of lick their wounds and get into halftime.
Rams officially have it first and 10 at their own 30,
yep, they're going
their 27-yard line.
Yep, Paoli's just going to take a knee on it and get into the locker room.
Going to start the clock here as Cooper Spires goes to the flex bone, and as Bert mentioned, takes the knee, and that'll get the clock running. That should be the final play of this first half, a half that has been dominated by the home team, the Brownstown Central Braves. They scored first, but the Rams came back to make it 7-6. But since that point on, it has been all Brownstown on both sides of the football, and they will go to the locker room here at the half on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Brownstown on top, 56-6. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Are you concerned about the economy, interest rates, or current market conditions? For timely information based on sophisticated research, call Raymond James Financial Advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. They can discuss your specific needs and provide you with investment choices that make sense for you. Call 812-849-2670 in Mitchell for an appointment. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC. Life well planned.
Braves came into this game averaging 41 points per ball game, and they put 56 up here at halftime, out in front by a huge margin of 50 points, 56-6 here at the half. As we begin the Whitfield Investments halftime report Whitfield Investments. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can keep you on track with your goals now and in the future. Brownstown Central, they won the toss in this ball game. They elected to kick off and defer to the second half. They put the Rams out. The Rams got a first down on their very first series, but then that drive stymied and they were forced to punt. Then Brownstown back to their 30-yard line, but Garrison a couple of big runs, and he was running wild early in this ball game, and he capped that 70-yard drive off with a 25-yard touchdown run. Made it 6-0, 7:17 to go. Conyers' extra point was good, and it was a 7-0 ball game. Paoli, they were set back. There was a block in the back on that next kickoff. That put the Rams back at their own 7-yard line, but Dane Padgett able to find a seam, and he was able to get across midfield and down deep into Braves territory, and the Rams are able to cap off a 93-yard touchdown drive with a 5-yard touchdown run by Cooper Spires. That made it 7-6 with 5:50 to go. The Gavina extra point, though, was blocked, and the Braves still led it by 1, 7-6, but the Rams were feeling much better about themselves. They kicked it off to the Braves, who got it at the 37, and once again, here's Preston Garrison, number 1, running wild. This time, a 53-yard touchdown run. Made it 13-6 with 5:14 to go in the first quarter. Conyers' extra point was good, and it was 14-6. Rams find themselves in a position where they need to get something going. It was an onside kick. Fortunately, Trey Robbins able to recover it for the Rams. They get it in good field position at the Brownstown 49-yard line, but could not do anything with it, and in fact are forced to punt the ball away, and they pinned Brownstown Central back deep in their own territory at the 11-yard line of the Braves. But here's Garrison again, this time able to take that double handoff and go 87 yards to pay dirt. That made it 20-6 with 2:51 to go in the first quarter. Conyers' extra point was good, and it was 21-6. Rams needed to get something going. However, this time a Johnson interception, and he runs the ball back to the 25 of Paoli, and Brownstown Central takes advantage of that turnover. Lanier, a 7-yard touchdown run, made it 27-6 with 47 seconds to go in the first quarter. Conyers' extra point, and it was a 28-6 ball game in favor of the Braves. Paoli back at their 25 again. They have a 4th and 3 at the 47-yard line. Their fourth down pass comes up short and turn it over on downs. And Brownstown at their own 47, they march it down 53 yards. The final 24 coming from a run by Lanier for the touchdown, made it 34-6 with 7:48 to go in the second quarter. Conyers' extra point was good, and it was 35-6. And the runaway train of Brownstown was off and going. They only got a good run back, though, on that kickoff to their own 44, but they just could not do anything with it. They had a 4th and 10 at the 44, forced to punt. This time the defense comes through, and Roberts able to block the punt. Cassidy recovers it at the Rams' 16-yard line. The Braves use that short field to their advantage. Garrison runs it in from 11 yards out, made it 41-6 with 5:57 to go. The Conyers extra point was good, and it was 42-6. Rams still struggling on the offense to get something going. They were forced to punt the ball away again, give it off to the Braves at their own 36-yard line. They move it downfield. This time they go 64 yards, the final 40 on a run by the quarterback, Micah Shepard, and it made it 48-6 with exactly 2 minutes to go in the first half. Conyers' extra point was right through the uprights, 49-6, and Brownstown just kept on rolling. Once again, here's their defense coming up with an interception, as this one was picked off by Wishmeyer, and he rumbles from midfield all the way down to the 5, and Branneman takes it in for the final yard out, made it 55-6. The Conyers extra point was good, and it was 56-6, and that's the way the first half ended, with Brownstown in complete control in this second-round sectional matchup. When we continue with the Whitfield Investments halftime report, we'll take a look at the numbers, and they're tilted to the Brownstown side just like the scoreboard is here through 2 quarters of play. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
We are at the half. The Whitfield Investments halftime report continues, and wish I had better news to tell you, but Paoli is down 56-6 to a very good Brownstown Central team. Looking at some of the stats from first half action, Paoli totals 131 yards of offense. That's the good news, I guess, but 73 of that came on that one run by Dane Padgett. Otherwise, Brownstown's defense has been in control. Breaking down that total of 131, 92 of it as a result of running the football and 39 as a result of passing it. Padgett, as you would expect, leads the way. He had 3 carries in the first half for 67 yards. Next on the hit parade, Tyler Hannon. He leads in number of carries. He carried it 7 times in the first half, gained 17 yards on those carries. Justin Thornton, 2 carries for 10 yards, and Cooper Spires, 4 carries for -2, total of 92 rushing yards for Paoli. As far as the passing game is concerned, Spires, 6 out of 15 with 2 interceptions. The completions good for 39 yards, and they went to Cade Walls. He had 2 catches for 12 yards. Justin Thornton had 2 catches for 2 yards, and Dane Padgett had 2 catches for 25. So Padgett over 90 yards of total offense in that first half of play. That the lone bright spot for Paoli so far. So 131 yards of total offense for Paoli as they trail it here at the half, 56-6. Now we'll take a break. We'll come back and flip the page to the Brownstown Central side of things. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than In Focus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At In Focus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. In Focus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
The Whitfield Investments halftime report continues as we flip things over to the Brownstown Central side of things. Much different story than Paoli. Paoli 131 yards in the first half of play, but Brownstown, they total 377 yards of offense in the first 2 quarters, so nearly 400 yards of offense for this Brownstown team. Breaking it down to rushing and passing, the rushing way far outweighs the passing. 374 rushing yards and just 3 passing yards. Breaking those totals down, first as far as the rushing is concerned, Preston Garrison, he has 9 carries so far tonight, 223 yards. He had several long runs that went for touchdowns, and even his short runs were like 20-yard types. So He totaled 223 rushing yards in that first half of play. Lyndon Lanier, he's next at 5 carries for 65 yards. Trevor Bronneman, he carried it 5 times, gained 29 yards. Eli Hutchison, out of that fullback / backup quarterback role, he carried it 3 times for 24. Micah Sheffer, the quarterback, just 1 carry but it was for 40 yards and a touchdown. Brock Dean, he carried it once and gained 3 yards. So 374 rushing yards in the first half for Brownstown Central. As far as the passing is concerned, got Sheffer just 1 out of 4 so far. And really, a couple of those incompletions, just the receiver dropping it, and another was the receiver tripping and falling just as the ball was getting to him. Otherwise, he'd have had a few more completions in there. That completion, good for 3 yards, and it went to True Blood. So totals for Brownstown, 377 yards of offense, 374 on the ground, 3 yards passing. Paoli, 131 yards of offense, 92 yards rushing, 39 yards passing. Well, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at some of the team stats from first half action. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Craving bold flavors and a fiesta for your taste buds? Come to El Compadre Mexican Restaurant, now open at their brand new location in Paoli at 300 East Main Street. For sizzling fajitas to cheesy enchiladas and the best Mexican food around, it's a flavor-packed party you won't want to miss. Visit us in Paoli or check out our other locations in West Baden, Orleans, Mitchell, Bedford, and now Palmyra. El Compadre, where the flavor is as bold as the fun. Open Monday through Thursdays and Sundays from 11 to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays from 11 to 10 p.m.
Well, we're at the half right now, a 56-6 score in favor of Brownstown Central. The Whitfield Investments halftime report continues as we take a look at some of the team stats from first half action. As far as first downs are concerned, Paoli with a 4 on the night, 3 as a result of running it, 1 as a result of a pass play. Brownstown, they've got 8 first downs so far on the night, and all of them as a result of running the football. Third down conversions, Paoli 2 of 6 overall, Brownstown 1 for 1. As far as the fourth down tries, Paoli went for it once on fourth down, did not convert there. Brownstown did not face a fourth down situation in the first half where they needed to go for it. As far as turnovers are concerned, no fumbles lost tonight. Neither team has put it on the turf. The problem is that Paoli has thrown 2 interceptions, so they've given it back a couple of times. Penalties, we've been penalty-free so far tonight as well. Just 1 penalty accepted in the first half, and that was against Paoli for 5 yards. As far as the scores by the quarters, Brownstown got out quick. They led Paoli 28-6 after the first quarter. Brownstown, they come up and score another 28 in the second quarter. That got them up to 56. Paoli was shut out in the second quarter, so a 56-6 score here at the half. One other halftime score to pass along to you is Springs Valley. They are at Providence tonight. Providence, that's the team that has had their number the last few years, and they've got it again tonight, at least through halftime, as Providence leads Springs Valley 28-14. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be getting you ready to go with second half action. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Winding down the Whitfield Investments halftime report here on the road tonight at Blevins Memorial Stadium, the home of the Brownstown Central Braves. The Braves came into tonight's game a perfect 10-0, ranked number 2 in Class 2A. They've been at the top of the 2A poll all season long since the preseason, and looks as though they're going to stay there until the end of the season if they keep playing like what we saw here tonight, particularly in this first half of play. Just complete dominance on both sides of the football. Something we thought might happen, but not to this extent, at least through the first half of play. But we knew that Brownstown was very potent on the offense, mainly behind that strong offensive line, and their defense, again, has done a nice job except for that one series where the Rams were able to get into some open space. But otherwise, they have made it very difficult for both the Rams' running and passing game here through the first 2 quarters of play. And it'll be interesting now in this second half to see if Reed May will go with any of those starters to start things off, or if he'll go with maybe for one series to get it rolling here for them and at least give them some action in the second half.
I would imagine at least just set them. You've got sectional championship next week and on down the road from there. So I wouldn't expect to see the starters, but you never can tell. Coaches, they may want to tell the guys at halftime, you out one series and you're out for the rest of the night. But, the thing that's been impressive with Brownstown tonight, we knew coming in that they were going to be really good on the offensive and defensive lines, and they are. But the backs, I've been real impressed, not only with how hard they run, but their quickness and overall speed. I thought Paoli would at least be able to keep up with them, but there have been times when Paoli is struggling to catch up to them, especially on some of those long runs. Garrison, he had, the first 3 scores that they had were him, and he got 1 other touchdown in the first half, so better than 200 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns in a half for Garrison, and that's an impressive half of play. It's an impressive night, let alone a half. So, they are a solid football team. They've got special teams. They've got a kicker that can pin you back deep with the kicks to start the halves or after touchdowns, and they are just a handful. It's going to take a really quality team to be able to keep up with them.
Wrap up the Whitfield Investments halftime report. Whitfield Investments, call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can keep you on track with your goals now and in the future. And it will be Brownstown Central football to start this third quarter play. The Braves won the toss, as we told you. They deferred to this second half, and the Rams will have to put their defense out there against this potent offense for the Braves. And the Braves want to go one way here to start this half. The official says, no, we're going to go the other way.
Okay.
So everybody is able to get not only on the same page, but on the same side of the field, which is important here to start this third quarter of play.
One other thing that we really hadn't said anything about yet is just as far as the numbers. You look down at this Brownstown sideline, and they've got a total, you look at the roster, a total of 70 on the roster, and you just don't see that at the 2A level. Maybe at 4, 5, 6A, but not at the 2A level. And they've got a whole bunch of kids that they can run in there here in the second half to keep the starters from getting some kind of a freak injury.
Vague, along with Davis, to return this kickoff. So already 2 new deep returners. As Gavina will kick it off, Alvaro approaches. High end over end kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 11-yard line. Vague comes up the numbers, takes it up the hash. He's across the 30, steps out of a tackle at the 35, and Colt Bonta finally drags him down at the 44-yard line to give Brownstown Central good field position here to start their opening drive of this third quarter. And, of course, it'll be a running clock here in the final 2 periods of play.
I'm pretty sure I'm seeing numbers that I didn't see in the first half going out there for Brownstown. They don't look near as big up front right now. You will see Hutchinson, though, at the quarterback spot. He We saw him running as a fullback more or less in the first half. He's the second-string quarterback, and looks like he's going to be the one heading things up out there.
We'll see not Lanier, but Dawson Brannaman and Hayden Davis in the backfield along with Hutchison. And we'll get this final slot over here on the right side. Looks like it's going to be Silas. Actually, no, it's going to be 39 coming up through there. That'll be Cooper Vague. So 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line as Hutchinson is the quarterback. See if they continue the deception, and they do. They snap it to what is called the fullback. That is Isaac Hampton, number 30, and Hampton will get a couple of yards up the middle, get it across the 45 to the 46, 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down at 7 as the Rams keep the most of their defense in there. We see Dom Garcia along with Wyatt Baker along that front wall, along with Landon Smith, Dane Padgett, Colton Beckley, along with Cade Walls at the corners. Thornton, Hannon, Robbins, and Case are your linebackers, and Spires and Cunningham in the secondary. 2nd down and 7, ball at the Braves' 47-yard line. Hutchison, again, calling out the signals. Doesn't mean that he'll get the direct snap. As they set, put a man in motion to the right side. Going to hand it off to the wingman coming from left to right. No running room for Hayden Davis. Rams a nice job of snuffing that one out. Chase Case in there along with Beckley and Padgett on the tackle. Davis able to get a couple. Davis is 5'7", 130, and a junior. And Brownstown facing something they didn't do a lot in that first half. That's a 3rd down.
Just one time in that first half of play, and I think he actually went for a touchdown in converting it. So they are 1 out of 1 on their 3rd down tries so far tonight, and they're just taking their time. They line up or go up to the line of scrimmage to start, look for the play to come in from the sideline, and everybody checks their wrist for the play call, and they're ready to go.
3rd down and 6. Hutchinson sets the offensive line man in motion. Here comes the double handoff back to the left side, stepping through one defender. That is Vague, and Vague able to get out near midfield before the Rams track him down. As coming up through there for Paoli in that secondary with Spires to make that tackle. It's going to be short of a 1st down. It's going to be 4th down and 3 at the 49-yard line, and looks like the offense will stay in there for the Brownstown Central Braves on 4th down and 3 in Rams territory.
Yeah, just didn't get much done offensively that time. They got no push, didn't get anybody kicked out at all, and as a result, Vague just didn't have much running room. 4th down situation, 4th and 3, and they will go for it at the 49-yard line.
Hutchison, that quarterback out of the WUME formation. Big 4th down. He's going to roll to his right, looks, fires out into the flat, throws it too high, though, over the head of the intended receiver, Dawson Brannaman, and it goes incomplete, and it'll be turnover on downs for Brownstown. The first time tonight that they do not score a touchdown on an offensive series.
Yeah, Paoli against the second unit for Brownstown, much better, or in a much better position to make a stop. They get it on the 4th down try. Hutchinson, he starts off 0 for 1 passing.
Rams get it at their own 49-yard line. It looks as though that main offense out there with Spires, Padgett, Hannon, and Thornton in the backfield. Beckley and Walls are your receivers. They go to the to the flex bone, come down. Spires keeps it, tosses it back to Padgett, gets around to the corner to the 50, 45, 40. He's got running room down the left sideline to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. Dane Padgett goes 51 yards on the score. Second big run that he has had here tonight, and his first touchdown of the ball game.
Yeah, Padgett at first didn't look like it was going to go that distance because it was kind of a, the toss was just disjointed, let's say. But once he got a hold of it, he was able to easily outsprint Brownstown to the sideline and up the sideline.
Rams will go for the 2-point conversion, trailing 56-12 here on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Rams come out with Spires under center. They will go to the spread with 2 receivers, actually 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Spires goes under center on the 2-point play. Padgett in motion to the right side. Cooper just going to run it right up the middle, and he will be in for the 2-point conversion on the Spires run. So the Rams able to get some points on the board to start this second half, and that will whittle the lead down to 56-14 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mixed asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Well, the Paoli first team offense against the Brownstown second team defense, and Paoli able to win that battle easily and got down the field with a long run for a touchdown by Dane Paget. Got the 2-point conversion. Now it's 56-14.
Davis has the kickoff, bringing it from left to right along the 20, cuts upfield, and finally brought down at the 24-yard line. As Spires in there, along with Colt Bonta on the tackle for Paoli, and out will come the offense for Brownstown Central. They'll have it first down at 10, actually going to mark it at the 25-yard line.
Decent coverage by Paoli that time. Forced the runner more into a side-to-side type of a return than north and south, and were able to bring him down with no problem.
Actually, now they do move it back to the 24, where they should be first down and 10. Once again, Eli Hutchinson is the quarterback in this wing T offense, but again, more of a single wing. They'll snap it to a couple of different offensive players in that backfield. Once again, taking their time with the clock rolling, under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. Put one receiver out wide to the left, tied in and tied on the right side. As Hutchinson, we got too many men moving at one time. Both Vague and Davis, the slot men, were going in a scissors direction, and now that will really fool you in the backfield.
Yeah, and I think Vague may have been the one that wasn't supposed to be doing that. He was the one hitting himself in the head for making the mistake.
Cost him 5, one of the few penalties that Brownstown has had tonight. Make it first down at 50.
First penalty of the night against them. Only the second.
They had one where they had the offside on the kickoff.
Okay, yep.
So that cost them 5. They're so rare I can remember them.
Yep.
First down and 15. Mark the ball back to the 19-yard line. See if they'll get everything set. It'll be under 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. When this play is snapped, Hutchison will set the offensive line again. Single receiver out wide to the left side with the 2 slots and the fullback. Slot man goes into motion left side. That's going to be Brannaman. Brannaman dancing around, looking, twisting, and turning. He's going to be cut off, though, as he comes to the right side. Rams finally gang tackle. Trey Robbins, one of those in there, along with Kate Walls and Colton Beckley. And they'll catch him quickly. Actually, that's going to be number 13, Dominic Cody, running the football for the first time here tonight. So, again, switching up running backs on almost every play.
Well, they just got so many that they can run out there. Let's see, how many have carried it so far tonight? There's 4 different ones in this half. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different players have run the ball for Brownstown tonight.
No gain. Second and 15 at the 19. Hutchison, once again, will set the offense out of the wing T formation, put a man in motion. That's Begg. He throws from the right to the left, tries to get to the edge, makes a cut back out across the 20 and brought down at the 21-yard line. The Rams a nice job of pursuit down that line of scrimmage to force the runner back inside. And a gain of a couple on the play. Move it out to the 23-yard line, so pick up a 4. And it's going to be third down and 12 here for this offense of Brownstown Central deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Paoli defensively that time just gave Vague no cutback lanes. He finally got to the point where he was either going to just run it out of bounds or try to cut up somewhere. He made his cut and gained a couple of yards, but that was as good as he could do.
Third down and long for the offense. We see the punt team start to warm up a little bit in front of us. Hopefully that's what will happen. Put a man in motion to the right side, but we get a penalty flag. I believe they took too much time off the clock.
Yep, they've been running it, just right down to that last second, just kind of letting things work themselves out like that, and this time a little bit too far. Another penalty against them. That'll be 3 for a total of 15 yards.
That's your favorite play, though, in a running clock.
It is. Well, it's like running a minute or a minute and a half off, depending on how quick the officials are, because the clock doesn't stop, even though the flag's been thrown.
Be down to close to 2:30 to go. It'll be third down and 16 for this offense. Hutchison, let's see what he does, puts a man in motion. Here comes the double handoff. Begg gets it the second time, but Chase Case is right there to ride him down from behind. He may get one or two out close to the 20-yard line, but here comes the punt team out on the field, and have not seen them all night long, and this will be Micah Sheffer, who is an all-star punter, and he will see his first duty tonight in that particular job as he's been the quarterback in the first half of play.
The second unit just doesn't run that double handoff as quickly or as smoothly as the first, and it really shows Paoli had more than enough time to respond to that one.
Max Cunningham back deep for the Rams will set up near the 45-yard line. Sheffer waiting the snap, and he comes over, boots it out of there. Nice high end-over-end kick. Max just going to let it hit, takes a Brownstown roll inside the 40. In fact, rolls all the way down inside the 30. Still moving and finally brought down at the 26-yard line. And that's where the Rams will have it first down and 10 at their own 26-yard line with a minute 29 and counting to go in this third quarter of play. See how much of the Rams starters come out here in this second series. It looks as though most of them will be back out there. Rams trail, by the way, 56-14.
That's one of those deals. You've got so many seniors that are starters for Paoli, and you want them to finish out their careers, playing as opposed to sitting there watching their teammates play.
And they want to have some positive takes to come out of this ball game, and they did on their last particular possession, moving it downfield on the 51-yard touchdown run. Rams go to the flex bone on first down and 10. Hand it off up the middle, running as the fullback, but not much room at all there. As this time, it was a good play in the first half. Hannon gets one, maybe two tough yards on that particular carry, ridden down by Christian Wiley, number 59 at the nose tackle. Gain of two, make it second down and 8.
Even the second unit defense for Brownstown, they've got some big kids up there at the line spots. Tough to move, and Paoli didn't get a push on them that time.
Second down and 8 for the Rams. They'll break the flex. No, they'll go back to the flex bone. Spires under center, comes down the right side, handed off again. And this time, Hannon stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. The second unit is doing a nice job. And once again, in there was a Dalton Brazel, number 69. And forward progress is going to be, let's see if they give him back to the line of scrimmage. I believe they do. And that'll be the third quarter of play. At the end of 3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, all Brownstown Central tonight. They lead at 56-14 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Well, we roll into fourth quarter action already, running clock here in the second half with Brownstown having that big lead at 56-14. Paoli got the only points in the third quarter, got a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to get up to 14. And now they've got possession of the ball as we get ready to start fourth quarter.
Rams have a third down to start this fourth period of play. Third down and 8 at the 27-yard line as Cooper Spires brings that offense out on the field here at Blevins Memorial Stadium. Probably one day it'll be named the Reed May Field.
I would think so. You might want to do that before he stops coaching.
Third down.
Sometimes it's just so obvious what you should do. You
Absolutely.
Just go ahead and do it.
Absolutely. Get it out of the way. Third down and long, put a man in motion. Here comes Spires. Spires it out in the flat to Padgett. Padgett in open space gets it across the 30, but then the defense able to swarm him down after a gain of a couple. Just try to get almost like a flanker screen out there. But Padgett just could not get upfield. A nice job by Mason Harrison, number 54, to come down that line of scrimmage along with Dalton Brazel. A gain of a couple for the Rams. They have a fourth down and 5, and looks like they'll probably go for it here. With the ball at the 31-yard. Nope, they're going to punt. They might just roll the dice anyway. So, still, though, here goes Hannon. Might fake it. You never know. Have a single man back deep. Good snap. Here comes some pressure, and Hannon finally gets it out of there. going to be hitting and rolling at the 45 and bounces back towards the side of Brownstown, and Trey Robbins will down it at the 46-yard line, and that's where Brownstown will have it 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line, but just under 11 minutes to go in the game.
All right. Let's see if the Paoli first team or second team looks like they're bringing some new jerseys out to play against this Brownstown second unit.
Well, we still see a lot of the same numbers in there.
Okay.
Landon Baker, one of the new ones. Wyatt Baker is in there.
Yep.
Dom Garcia, so also in there 52, Lucas Schinkel.
Yep.
It's going to be 1st down and 10. Looks like some new numbers as well in this backfield for this Brownstown Central Ball Club as well. Still, though, we see Cooper Vague in there at one of the slots. He's joined in there by Hayden Davis. I put the man in motion and going to turn and twist, and coming up through the man playing the quarterback is 38. That's Wingler, Brennan Wingler. He is just a freshman at 6 foot, 185. He's going to get a couple out near midfield, just across midfield, actually. Going to mark it officially at the 49, so that'll be a gain of 5 on the play and make it 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, they only got some penetration that time. That messes up the timing of it. And Wingler, he was able to more or less just kind of push his way forward. Nice gain of about 5 on the play.
2nd down and 5 at the 49 out of the wing T formation. Put a man in motion to the left side, going to snap it to the up back. He'll have a 1st down and more coming up through there. Number 29, that'll be Cassidy. We've seen him a couple of times so far here tonight on the carry. Actually, let's make that 26, not 29, and that would be Landon Alt, who made a nice tackle on a kickoff return earlier. But he gets enough for a 1st down following his blockers over that left side. Baker in there on the tackle for the Rams, but a new set of downs for the Braves to work with 9 minutes to go in the ball game.
Yeah, just got him a little bit of a push, found that crease, and got through it. Good job of ball possession because Paoli was raking at it pretty hard, but he was able to hang on to it.
1st down and 10, man in motion to the left side. Here comes a double handoff back to the left side. Stepping through the tackle is Vague, and Vague, a nice pickup there on 1st down, a close to 7-8 yards on the play. Walls coming up to make the tackle for the Rams, and also joined in there by Wyatt Lowe, number 62. We'll give him 6 on the play, make it 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, Vague now 4 carries for 12 yards. That was his longest gain so far of the 4 carries. And Paoli got up there into position, blocked it, or kept him from kicking outside where he wanted to go, forced him back inside, and the pursuit was able to run him down.
Wingler running the offense here for the Braves in a reserve role with his team way out in front, put a man in motion, going to man, and it hit the turf, but able to pick it up and still maybe get 1 yard out of the play. And that, once again, is Landon Alt. He is 6 foot 155 and a junior. Rams would have loved to have a chance maybe to cover that, but they did not. As Tyler Hannon goes out, and Chase Case will come in with 7:45 to go in the ball game. And it's going to be a 3rd and 4 for this offense of Brownstown. Ball at the Rams' 37-yard line.
Yeah, Brownstown's faced 3rd down a few times here in the second half. They've been successful 1 time out of the 3 that they've tried.
3rd down and long. Wingler sets the offense, puts a man in motion. Here comes the handoff over to the right side, and scampering through with a 1st down and more, and breaking free is Hayden Davis, and Davis is able to cut back to his left and run it in for the score as Davis goes 37 yards on the touchdown run on the 3rd down play. So Davis able to find a crease and runs it into the end zone for his first score of the night, coming with 7:10 to go in the 4th quarter of play. And that will make it a 62-14 ball game in favor of the Braves. So their second unit able to come through with a score.
Yeah, Paoli had it diagnosed. It was just that Davis was better. He got through the line, eluded a couple of tacklers, so maybe 5 yards downfield, and then got forward for the touchdown.
New kicker, Jet Jackson, but it's going to be the same result as he is able to put it up and in. So Jackson with the PAT, and that will make the score a 63-14 advantage for the Brownstown Central Braves. And this coming with 6:35 to go in the ball game. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
When you suffer the loss of a loved one, you can count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli. They have a 55-year history of serving the needs of families in Orange and surrounding counties. They provide only the best professional services in the most compassionate manner to care for you during this difficult time. You can always count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home, as generations of families have done for many years. Call 812-723-2276 today. We're here when you need us the most. Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli.
Brownstown bumps that lead up to 63-14. Got a real nice run that time by Davis, a 37-yard touchdown run. So he punches it across, and now Brownstown ready to kick it off to Paoli one more time. And Paoli still has Padgett back here deep, and looks like Walls is on the other side of it.
And once again, it'll be Jet Jackson to kick it off as he approaches the football. Little pooch kick going to be fielded by the up man at the 31-yard line. That's Robbins quickly down the left side on the numbers. He's across the 45, moves that pile forward out to the 48, 49-yard line. See where they finally unravel everybody. That tackle made in there by 43, Graham Heyman for the Brownstown Central Braves. And Paoli will have it first down and 10. And it will be marked at their own 48-yard line with 6:10 to go in the ball game.
All right, another chance for Paoli to get some things done. See if we can't get a third score up on the board.
First down and 10 as Spires brings them out of the huddle. Rams go to the flex bone offense, split one receiver to the right and one to the left. Spires surveys that defense, a 6-1 now as the 6 men along the line of scrimmage comes down the left side. Handed off to the fullback, running hard over that left side and still on his feet, and it's going to be a first down and more. But looked as though the pile had stopped, but Hannon kept going and was able to run and get a pickup of close to 12 yards on that play and move the sticks, and it'll be first and 10 for the Rams.
6 first downs on the night for Paoli. Hannon now 10 carries, but only 29 yards on those carries. That's how good Brownstown has been on that fullback dive.
Ball at the 43-yard line, but we get a timeout taken by the Braves. I don't know if they didn't have the right personnel in or if they even had 11 on the field.
Yeah, they were subbing in and subbing out, so probably short-handed on the defensive side.
Stops the clock with 5 minutes and 14 seconds to go here in the ball game. Brownstown Central leading comfortably out in front, 63-14. Again, this win will put them into the championship game next Friday night. They'll take on the winner of Clarksville and Switzerland County, which is being played over at Switzerland County tonight. So there's a chance, if Switzerland County would win, that Brownstown could be hosting the sectional championship next week. But see how all of that will unfold after tonight's play.
Yep, it'll take care of itself over the course of the next week or so. Paoli, they're ready to go, first and 10 after that 10-yard gain on the previous play.
Out of the flex bone, first down and 10. Come down, hand it off. Here's Hannon again, running room right up the middle. Twisting and turning as Tyler gets it inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. As they peel everybody off, Mason Harrison, number 54, in there on the tackle. On the 59, Christian Willie. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be second down and 7 at the 39-yard line of Brownstown.
Yeah, Paoli just getting in behind that center guard combo, either left or right. Hand it off to the fullback and see what kind of a push you can get. Hannon, he's been tough to bring down. Even when the first unit was in there, he was pushing piles. Now 11 carries for him on the night.
Rams quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the flex bone, come down the left side, hand it off. Hannon again. Breaks the tackle at the 35, pushes that pile forward for a first down at the 30. So he'll pick up 9 on that carry with great second effort. And once again, unpile everybody in there on that tackle from the secondary. Nolan Nert, number 35. And it'll be first and 10 at the 30-yard line for the Rams with 4:10 to go in the ball game.
Another first down for Paoli. That's 7 on the night, 3 of them here in this second half of play.
Ball over on the left hash at first down and 10. Cooper Spires breaks the Rams offense, puts Walls out wide to the right. Going to the left is Beckley. Out of the flex bone offense, Spires under center, barks out the signals, comes down the left side. He's going to keep it, and he tosses it finally to Padgett. And Padgett around that left side, down close to another first down. The very last second, it looked like Spires was almost had a knee on the ground when he was able to flick that ball out, and Dane found just enough of an alley to head north and south, and he'll pick up 8 on the carry.
Yeah, and you said it right. I mean, Spires was all but tackled. He had one arm free, and that was the arm that he had the football in, and just kind of threw it out there toward Padgett at the last second.
Second down and 2, ball near the 22-yard line. Spires under center for the Rams, comes down the right side, handed off, running room once again, over right tackle by the fullback Tyler Hannon. He's going to pick up 4 on that play. The Rams will have it inside the 20 in the red zone with under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. First down at 10, mark it at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, just kind of grinding out yards and grinding out first downs. Now 8 first downs on the night for Paoli as Hannon, another carry of 4. He's got 13 carries, 45 yards now.
Rams stay in the flex bone offense. Spires under center, comes down the left side, keeps it on the option, but good defense. They force him to keep it. He's going to be run out of bounds near the original line of scrimmage. A good job by the right side of that defense, taking away both the quarterback run and the pitch man, and force Spires out of bounds, and it'll be second down and long with 2:20 to go.
That's just the way that they have played that play all night. Get men up the field. Don't allow space to operate in if you're Brownstown, and they did a real good job of that there.
Give Cooper a gain of 1 on the play, make it second down and 9, the ball at the 19-yard line. Man in motion to the right side, toss it back. Here's Hannon. Hannon eludes one tackler, cuts back up at the hash mark, and knocked down at the 15-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 on the play, and the Rams will have a third down and 5 here inside the red zone with a minute 40 and counting in the ball game.
Yeah, going for it on third down again. 9th time tonight that Paoli will have done that. 2 out of 9 so far. Down to a minute and a half to go in the ball game. I'm sure if they don't convert here, they'll go for it on fourth down.
Definitely trying to get Hannon into the end zone for one final time in his career. Third down and 6 is what they're going to mark it at the 15-yard line. Spires under center. Comes down. Here's Hannon. He's got big running room up the middle, and he will go in for the score. Tyler Hannon will run it in for 15 yards on the touchdown to cap off his career. And that will cap off the drive for the Rams at 52 yards overall. Score coming with 1:05 to go in the ball game, and that makes it a 63-20 contest in favor of Paoli. And the Rams will be going and put Alvaro out there for the extra point, see if he can also end his career of 1 year here. Of course, the exchange student has really come on for the Rams. He's made great strides this season. Out of the hole to Cooper Spires, Dane Padgett is the long snapper for the Rams. Paoli a little discombobulated along the left side. Now they get everybody set. High snap goes down and gets it. Kick is up, and it's going to go just inside the left upright and good for Alvaro. So great way to cap off that drive, and that will make it a 63-21 ball game in favor of Brownstown with just 24 seconds to go. And Brownstown faithful feel this one's in pretty good hands. They start to pack up and leave.
Well, they don't leave. That's what I found out last year. They get up, and they all go down here.
And then they'll go to the field.
Yeah, and they'll wait and congratulate the boys when they come off. It's just one of their traditions. Not everybody does it, but a pretty significant part to where the stands will almost be empty before the end of the ball game here.
Oh, we see Superman's here. I believe the Lion King and maybe a guy dressed as a hot dog. So those are a few of the Halloween costumes that we have seen here tonight.
The best one I saw was a combination of peanut butter and jelly.
Okay, I did not see that one.
Not sure if it was boyfriend, girlfriend, or what the deal was. But
they came as a pair. Hopefully they'll leave as a pair, too. Begg drops back deep along with Davis as Alvaro gets ready to kick it off for the final time this season for the Rams. Going to be a high end-over-end kick, and Begg going to field it inside the 10 at the 7. Comes up the hash mark. He's across the 20, and the Rams coverage will finally bring him down near the 26, 27-yard line, and that'll be your ball game. Final play of the game as the Rams season comes to a close here tonight, just like it did 1 year ago in round 2 of sectional play, as they fall to the heavily favored Brownstown Central Braves. Your final tonight on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Brownstown Central 63, Paoli 21. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summer's seamless guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summer's seamless gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summer's Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Brownstown Central Braves keep their perfect season alive as they easily handle the Rams here tonight in round 2 of Class 2A Sectional 40. Your final again on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. All Braves tonight 63-21 over Paoli. As we begin the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show, Buddy's Food and Fuel on North Gospel Street in Paoli. Brownstown, they started this game off by winning the coin toss. They deferred and they put their defense out there. The Rams got a first down in that series, but then were forced to punt, and then the floodgates opened as Garrison able to have a big first half. He scored on a 25-yard touchdown run for the first score of the night, made it 6-0. 7:17 to go in the first quarter. Conyers' extra point was good, made it 7-0. Rams get backed up with a block in the back on the kickoff. They start at their own 7-yard line, but a big run by Dane Padgett gets them out of the hole, flips the field, and Cooper Spires adds a 5-yard touchdown run, and the Rams are right back in at 7-6 with 5:50 to go. The Gavina extra point was blocked, and it was a 7-6 ball game, but that just opened up the floodgates for the Brownstown Central Braves as they come back. Touchdown runs, Garrison 53 yards, 87 yards on the next series. Then the Rams have a turnover as Johnson picks off a Cooper Spires pass, runs it back to the 25, and Lanier then able to cap it off with a 7-yard touchdown run and made it 27-6 with 47 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Conyer again knocks it through the uprights, made it 28-6. Paoli tries to go on fourth down on the next series, but comes up short on a pass play. Brownstown gets it near midfield, and Lanier again into the end zone, 24 yards out. That made it 34-6. The extra point in it was 35-6 with 7:48 to go in the first half of play. Paoli on the next possession, they get their punt blocked by Roberts. Cassidy recovers deep in Rams territory at the 16. Garrison runs it in from 11 yards out, and it was 41-6 with 5:57 to go. Conyer nails the extra point for a 42-6 lead. Rams offense stymied by that very stout Brownstown Central defense, forced to punt. Then the Braves back at their 36 this time. Quarterback Micah Sheffer, though, caps that drive with a 40-yard touchdown run, made it 48-6 with 2 minutes to go. Conyers' extra point was good, and it was 49-6. Braves not done. They come up with another interception. Wishmeyer, the middle linebacker, picks off a Spires pass at midfield, runs it back to the 5. Then Branneman runs it in from 1 yard out for the touchdown, 55-6, 56-6 with the extra point, and that was our halftime score. That led us to a running clock in the second half. Brownstown turned the ball over on downs on their first possession. Rams get it at their 49, one play. Dane Padgett runs it in from 51 yards out, made it 56-12 with 7:27 to go in the third. 2-point run by Spires is good, made it 56-14. Both teams then exchange punts. Brownstown Central gets it near midfield on the 46, and Davis a great run, 37 yards for the Braves to make it 62-14. The Jackson extra point was good, and it was 63-14. But the Rams close out the season with a touchdown drive of their own that goes 52 yards. Senior titler Hannon, the Rams fullback, caps it off with a 15-yard touchdown run over right side, made it 63-20. The Gavina extra point was good, and that was your ball game here tonight as the Braves win and advance as they defeat Paoli by a score of 63-21. When we continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show, we'll take a look at the numbers here in this ball game, both individual and team-wise. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Need a quick bite or cold drink or fuel for the road? Head to Betty's Food and Fuel, right across from Walmart at 656 North Gospel Street in Paoli. We're locally owned and operated and open Monday through Saturdays from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 6 to 10 p.m. Enjoy competitive gas, daily food specials, a hot deli, fresh wraps, salads, and cold sandwiches. Need an ATM or lottery ticket? We have both. Find us on Facebook at Betty's Food and Fuel. For questions, call 812-203-0227. Betty's Food and Fuel, the one-stop shop.
Hey, Dad, can I get a ride to Hoosier Hills Credit Union?
Bet.
What?
Don't be the Lulu. You know I got that Riz.
Ew!
We're not always hip on the new lingo, but at Hoosier Hills Credit Union, we do understand the need to teach teens about responsible spending. That's why we offer the Smart Spending Account. They'll get a free debit card, no monthly fee, and no minimum balance. Plus, there's incentives when your teen volunteers or has a job. Learn more about our Smart Spending Account at HoosierHills.com. Slay! Federally insured by NCUA.
Brownstown Central remains undefeated, now 11-0 on the year. The Rams close out the year 8-3, but this Braves team worthy of a number 2 ranking.
Oh, very, very much so. Very impressed with the way they played tonight. They just manhandled Paoli, and that's not something that has happened very often in the last few years of Paoli football. They just got overpowered tonight, and it shows in the stats to a certain extent. Paoli totaled 243 yards of offense, but 130 of that roughly was after halftime. So, they did a decent enough job in the second half of moving it against the second unit of Brownstown, breaking that 243 total yards of offense down, 200 of it as a result of running the football and 43 as a result of passing. Dane Padgett, as has been the case all year, he leads the way, 5 carries, 127 yards for Padgett. Brownstown, they were very much aware of where he was and when he was going to get the football, and still unable to limit him to, 127 yards on 5 carries, better than 25 yards per carry tonight for Dane. The rest of the way, Tyler Hannon, he wound up 15 carries for 64 yards. Justin Thornton, 2 carries for 10 yards. Going to have to check on his health. He took a pretty good hit to the thigh in the first half and didn't. I don't think he played very much in that second half of play. Cooper Spires on the night, 5 carries, minus 1 yard. As far as the passing is concerned, Spires 7 of 16 overall. He had also threw a couple of interceptions. For 43 yards of the completions, 3 of them to Dane Padgett for 29. Justin Thornton, a couple of catches for 2, and Cade Walls, a couple of catches for 12 yards tonight. So again, 200 rushing yards, 43 passing yards, a total of 243 for Paoli. As far as Brownstown is concerned, they total 453 yards of offense, 450 of it on the ground, 3 as a result of passing the football. Breaking it down to the individual totals, and I'll just hit the highlights here because there were so many of them that carried the football tonight. But Preston Garrison, definitely the straw that stirs the drink, so to speak. 223 yards for him on just 9 carries. So he was well over that 20-yard per attempt average. Lyndon Lanier, he got in there for 5 carries, 65 yards. Trevor Brannaman, he had 5 carries for 29 yards. Brock Dean, 1 carry for 3. Eli Hutchinson, 3 carries for 24 yards. And the quarterback, Sheffer, he had 1 carry for 40 yards, and it was good for a touchdown. Didn't really need the passing game tonight. 1 for 4 was Sheffer for a total of 3 yards of passing offense. As far as the team stats are concerned, had Paoli for 8 first downs on the night as compared to 9 for Brownstown. Third down conversions, Paoli 4 of 9 on the night, Brownstown 2 out of 5. Fourth down tries, each team went for it once on fourth down and was unsuccessful. We only had 2 turnovers on the night. They were 2 interceptions thrown by Paoli. As far as the penalties are concerned, 1 against Paoli tonight for 5 yards, 3 against Brownstown for a total of 15. Scores by the quarters, Brownstown was up 28-6 after 1. Second quarter, Brownstown outscores Paoli 28-0. It was 56-6 at halftime. running clock in the second half. Paoli able to outscore Brownstown 8-0 in the third quarter, got us to a 56-14 score there. And in the fourth quarter of play, each team scores a touchdown, gets an extra point. That gets us to our final of 63-21. Well, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll get Coach Neil Dittmer in for a couple of comments. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
We continue with the Buddy's Food and Fuel postgame show from Levin Memorial Stadium here at Brownstown Central High School. And Rams season comes to a close as they fall on the road tonight to Brownstown Central 63-21. Head Coach Neil Dittmer joins us now. And Coach, this is kind of like, I always look back to the Herm Edwards comment, you know, they are who we thought they are. They're good.
Yeah, that's one of the best football teams we've ever played. I've been here 15 years, and just from the guys up front to the skill players, that might be the best team I've seen us play. They're that talented across the board. They've got speed, they've got size, they've got about everything you need.
And they were able to run that offense to perfection.
They were. That's so tough to prepare for and prep for, and to try and get stops, and we just couldn't get stops, and then turned the ball over and gave it back to them. That made it worse than what we would want it to be, but we just couldn't get anything going on either side tonight.
And we knew coming in, Coach, it'd have to be a clean game for you to pull off an upset tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We had to play clean. We had to be about as perfect as you could be to give ourselves an opportunity, and we just weren't that tonight.
Well, you come back, as we talked about, Coach, it all starts up front, and they are huge up front.
They are. We couldn't get early, got a little bit on our inside run game, but it was 2-3, and now you're still down in 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, and we thought we could try and get some chunk plays on the edge, but offensively and just couldn't get it done tonight. And, defensively, those guys up front for Brownstown just had a night. I mean, they had a really good ball game, and those guys are really, really talented.
Still, though, Coach, I thought early on, okay, we got within 7-6. We can handle and take care of ourselves here tonight.
We did. I thought, starting off early, that was a huge run by Dane, and we blocked it up, but it was kind of one of our gimmick plays that we're getting in some, and we were going to have to do some of that all night long. A great job by our guys for blocking that up, but we just couldn't quite sustain that kind of success.
Well, just couldn't find a stop for them on the field tonight to get them off the field.
No, we couldn't. And it was just, like you said, it's so hard to prepare for and to stay true to your keys with motions happening everywhere, and they can direct snap it to the Q or the full, or and they're spinning and handing off to two guys. It's very tough, and those guys had a really good game plan.
Well, it comes to me, I talk to opposing coaches all season long, and they talk about how hard it is to prepare for the Rams flex bone, and now I know what they talk about now because that's what we faced tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I thought we did some really good stuff, and we had them on their heels a little bit. We just couldn't quite sustain it, and so I thought our plan was pretty solid overall. It just wasn't. We just couldn't quite get it done what we needed to get done.
Well, we always talk about matchups, Coach, and this was not a good matchup for Paoli.
No, it wasn't. Just their size and their strength was just overmatching on us, and where we thought we had some advantage on the edge, we just couldn't quite take advantage of that.
Still, though, your guys fought to the very end.
We did. Proud of our seniors, proud of our guys. For the effort they put in all year and all 4 years as those seniors have played, and it's a great group of kids, and I'm proud of the fact that we came out in the second half and continued to battle.
I was glad to see those seniors get touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You get to see those guys score on their final game as a Ram, and that's something pretty special.
Still, though, Coach, I know this one stings. It's one we'll think about for a while, but we kind of got to reset and readjust and look back. Kind of got to remember, we were 1-2 at one point in this season, and it didn't look good. But, boy, you righted the ship and closed out with that winning streak in the regular season and into the first week of the sectional.
Yeah, we really did. And, unfortunately, it took us still about week 4 or week 5 to really know who we were. I would have liked to know, figured us out a little bit earlier, so, we're not 1-2 to start the season. but that's who we were, and that's just kind of the way the cards laid out for us this year. But we finally found out who we were offensively and defensively. We were kind of a ragtag bunch. Let's just go get stuff done, and that's what we did for 7 weeks in a row there.
Well, we had athletes, though, the coach could make some plays.
Absolutely. You know, I thought our athletes in space was something special for us all year, whether it's Dane or Justin or you had Tyler and Cade and Colton and Cooper out there in space. At any time we got out there, we had a good chance to score.
Well, what can you say about this senior ball club, Coach? What will stick in your mind about this group?
You know, that's a fun group. You know, it's a special group. You know, they've been a part of a lot of wins. They are entertaining, to say the least. They are, you know, they will take things seriously and get work done, but you know they're having fun doing it, and we're definitely going to miss those guys.
And, of course, when we get to this point of the season, we always say here in football there's only going to be 6 teams happy when it's all said and done.
Absolutely. That's kind of what we told the guys at the end there. You know, at the end of the day, there's only going to be 6 or end of the season, there's only 6 teams that are happy, and everybody else has gone home mad, and unfortunately we got to go home mad.
Coach, thanks for joining us not only tonight but throughout the entire season. We'll wrap things up with you Monday on Coach's Show.
Dave, thank you for everything you guys do. You and Bert are the best. We're looking forward to many more years of it.
Okay.
Go Rams, be excellent.
All right, head coach Neil Dittmer of the Paoli Rams. Again, the season comes to a close here tonight, losing in 2A sectional, then second round, 63-21 your final. We'll be back to wrap up the Buddy's Food and Fuel post-game show. You're listening to Rams football on Mix 95.3.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
At that point of the season where Coach Dittmer talked about he and his staff had to make that one last final speech that you hope comes a little bit later on in the season in November. But tonight the Rams run into the buzzsaw, which means we also have to do what we hope can put off for a few more weeks but can't, and that's recognizing this senior group one final time who played in their final game as a Ram football player. And we see them across the way getting one final photo, and it was a good group that had a lot of success in their career of Colton Beckley, Cooper Spires, along with Colt Bonta, Cohen Brace, who was out most of the year with an injury, Cade Walls, Dane Paget, Tyler Hannon, Wyatt Baker, Lucas Schinkel, Dom Garcia, Landon Smith, Tyler Ross, and Kentley Scholl. And, of course, we put in there our exchange student, Alvaro Gavina, who played 1 year and was very happy to see him come out and really learned a lot about American football and got good at it.
He really did.
It was nice to see. But this group, as we talked with Coach Dittmer a few minutes ago, it didn't look good after 3 weeks, but finally found what they needed to do and could do. And when they did, they were successful at it, reeling off 7 straight wins.
Yeah, and, you go back to the very start of the season at Boonville, and they were coming into the season already banged up. I think we were without what would be 3 starters, kind of took some lumps there, came back the next week with a win and struggled, but got the win. And then, played Valley about as tough as anybody had until they ran into Providence tonight. But this is a group that just kept improving. They kept plugging away, kept getting better and better. And before you knew it, every week we're going to the field thinking, is it going to be a 35-point game at halftime so we can get home early? And more times than not, it was. This was a group, very athletic. Good kids to be around. You can just tell that without really socializing too much with them. But just an outstanding group of young men, and they are going to be missed because they were a big part of the success that this Paoli football program has had over the last 2 or 3 years.
Rams wrap it up 8-3 with the win. The Braves are 11-0, and it's going to take a very good team to put them on the sidelines this season.
And not just a very good team. I mean, just a really solid high school football team. One that, you're looking at kids on Brownstown that are every bit as quick as you're ever going to see, every bit as big and strong. Coach May, he said it. This might be his best team in his 30-something years of coaching here, and you can see it, the way they play. And they are going to be a tough out. And I don't know that anybody from the southwest part of the state can beat them. So they may have to bump into somebody from up north that's able to handle them.
Well, besides their physical capabilities and their strength, they're seniors. They have that experience, which is invaluable this time of the year.
Yeah, seniors, and they have been in this system for so long, and it is an offense that you just can't prepare for it in a week. You're not going to be able to simulate what they do, and that is another thing that makes them so tough, or will make them a tough out.
Well, my friend, like we said, we started off at Boonville, didn't know what we were getting into, but then it turned out, got things rolling, and unfortunately ends here tonight with the win of Brownstown, ending the Rams season 63-21. Will give us now a few days off before we move inside, because next Thursday we'll be tipping off girls basketball season. Looking forward to that with new head coach Aaron Key, and see how the girls and shape up to his system and what lies in store for Lady Rams basketball.
Yep, looking forward to it. Always interesting when you've got a new coach. And not that I wanted to see the old one go, because I like Donovan, and I still see him at the golf course, and we get along real well. But I mean, it's always interesting when you've got a new one in there, and we'll see what the changes are and how the girls can go about it. And they may be in a similar situation as the football team, because the football team starts slowly, getting used to things, and the girls may have to start slow, baby steps at first. But they can't take baby steps at first, because the toughest part of the schedule is the beginning of it.
Yeah, the first 4 games will be on the road, and it all starts Thursday night. We'll make the trip over to Northeast DuBois to take on the Lady Jeeps. Here's a team that is the defending sectional champion, so it will not be an easy start to the season for Coach Key and his girls. They'll get thrown, as we say, into the frying pan very quickly there. Find out a little bit about this team, but we look forward to them as they play not only next week but throughout the entire season. Again, we want to thank all of our great sponsors for allowing us to bring you high school football not only tonight but throughout the entire year. Special thank you to our post-game sponsor, Buddy's Food and Fuel on North Gospel Street in Paoli. Again, we'll have Coach Neil Dittmer one final time Monday night for Rams Coach's Corner, and unfortunately the same can be said for Coach Jason Lowe as the Blackhawks, they fall on the road tonight to Providence to end their perfect season as well. And we'll talk with Coach Lowe about that game at 6:30 on Monday. A big thank you as well to our engineer-producer. Great job, as always, by Melissa Wall. And most of all, thanks to you for listening. For Bert Pettigo, I'm Dave Dedrick. Your final tonight on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. In week number 2 of Class 2A Sectional 40, Brownstown Central wins and advances, ending Paoli season. Your final, Brownstown Central 63, Paoli 21. Good night, everybody.
This coverage of high school sports on Mix 95.3 WUME has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Bender Lumber, Buddy's Food and Fuel, Cave and Calcar Quarries, Dillman Scott Funeral Home, El Compadre Mexican Restaurant, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, and Focus Eye Care, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC, Orange County Fiber, Orange County Casa, Paoli Health and Living Community, Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Summer Seamless Guttering, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, and the Orange County Community Foundation.